Nothing happens there. Now, right. What's to do, everybody? It is C. Will back to with another race reaction, and tonight we're gonna be watching the 1986 Talladega 500 for the first time, and joined alongside me, we have Henry and Keith. How are y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to see a Talladega race, and yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
I'm doing all right. Excited to see Talladega.
Now, is this y'all's first time watching Talladega in the 80s?
For me, yes, I've seen bits and pieces of '80s Talladega racing, but I've never seen a full race, so this is relatively new to me.
I haven't seen any Talladega races from the '80s, so yes.
Well, I hope it's a good one for y'all. I'm looking forward to this. If I'm correct, this is the second race of the 1986 season at Talladega. I've watched 87, I've watched some from 84 and 85, but I've not watched the full race for this one. So I'm very interested in seeing how this goes. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we?
Yep, let's do it.
Alrighty, we're going to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going right here into the starting lineup. So we got Bill Elliott and Dale Earnhardt on the front row.
Pretty good.
And as
that course car.
It's such a classic, the Ford Thunderbird.
Oh yeah.
Tim Richmond and Benny Parsons.
You big dummy. Sterling Marlin in the 1 and Kyle Petty in the 7.
Davey Allison's in the 12 in this race. I didn't know he drove the 12, but Sterling Marlin actually just got announced. It was announced today that he's going to be part of the NASCAR 75 Greatest Drivers.
Yep, that's pretty nice. So was Greg Biffle too, I think. But anyway, that was farther down. We're in the 80s. Morgan Shepherd.
He was driving the Race Hill Farm car that he won in Atlanta with, and I believe in the same year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Phil Parsons. Man, Phil Parsons looks way different than he does now.
Oh, yeah. Ronnie Combs and Jim Sawyer.
I'm sure there's probably some in here that y'all probably never heard of, but there's, of course, there's two that we all know, Kevin Yarborough and Ricky Rudd.
Yeah, that was when Ricky Rudd in his Bud Moore days.
There's the goat,
Bobby Allison and Rusty Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
Rusty Wallace. I believe Bobby Allison won the first Talladega race.
Old Richard Petty and Joe Rutman.
Yeah,
Chet Phillip. I don't know who that guy is.
Tommy Ellis.
Yo, Tommy Ellis.
Oh, Alan Kowicki.
And
Ron Bouchard.
Bouchard's only cup win was in the 81 Talladega race, if I'm correct.
Yep, he beat Darrell Waltrip for that win.
Harry Gant and Poncho Carter. I would never heard of Poncho Carter, I don't think.
Oh, there's a young Michael
Ken Schrader. Yeah, that's really young. That's a really young Michael Waltrip.
Yeah, his hair was 30 degrees.
Ronnie Thomas, that's my buddy right there. Eddie Birchwell.
Eddie Birchwell and Jimmy Means.
That's
Ken Reagan.
David Reagan's father.
David Reagan's
father is Ken Reagan.
Yep. And Dave Marcus.
Well, there's definitely a great lineup here. Do y'all have any picks for this race?
I'm gonna go with Bobby Allison.
Honestly, I have no clue, to be honest. I feel like it'd be really cool to see Dale Earnhardt get it, but I don't think he gets it. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Mr. Kowicki.
If I'm correct, I think I know who won this race, but I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go with the random driver, just in case I do get it right. I'm just gonna go with the random driver. So, I'm gonna go with Bill Elliott because he was really fast in 86 and 87 here. The qualifying speeds were over 210 miles per hour.
Oh yeah.
That's about as fast as we go to Talladega nowadays, actually.
In the draft.
I don't believe that. As you get 6 minutes or the engines, there's a lot of people there. I've heard accounts and from people saying that they went to Talladega races in the 80s and 90s. They had tickets sold out like a year in advance, and just the amount of people there is insane. Hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah, they're really packed right now on that camera angle. I mean, just like neck, shoulder to shoulder, just packed. It's pretty cool to see.
Back in the good old days when we'd be selling out venues left and right in every single NASCAR race. Good times.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Well,
let's.
Talladega is still a seller. There might be one big one or two big ones. But I still think that I believe Dale Senior will get a top 10 in this race for sure. And I mean, even still, I mean, they're going 200 miles per hour. I wouldn't be shocked if we see a flip. So, anything can happen, really.
Yeah, see the fans there saluting the crowd as we are about to go green. And these cars qualified at over 200 miles per hour. You know, some over 210. So this could be interesting. The pace car is off, and we're about to see some Talladega racing in 1986. It's gonna be fun.
There was no boogity 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 at the time, was there?
No, but we can do it now.
Boogity boogity boogity, let's go racing, boys.
As you can see, everyone's darting into turn one side by side. A lot of people already going single file here.
Yeah, they all migrated to the top pretty quick.
Oh, 3 wide for the lead. Look at that move on the inside.
Man.
That was a great pass there by, I want to say that was Tim Richmond that may have just made
I
that
believe it
pass.
was Richmond. And Dale Earnhardt second. Polster fell backwards pretty quickly. I'm kind of surprised.
He's trying to regain his ground, though. He's forcing Earnhardt off the track.
It's kind of spread out a little bit pretty early on here.
Oh, another battle for lead here. It looks like Bill Elliott's going to get the lead right back from him.
I think Bill Elliott's going to lead lap one, it looks like, and yeah, he does.
Dale Earnhardt battling for second, but one car trying to get stance out of him as well. You can't really tell
3 wide.
these cars
3 wide.
because of the quality, but we'll try the best we can. And back then, obviously, it's called Alabama International Motor Speedway. Had multiple different names through its history.
Well, that's interesting. I never really knew that. The only thing I remember is Talladega, horse raised up, Elliott in the lead.
It actually looks like the driver in front is not Tim Richmond. It looks like the number 1 car is in the lead.
Yeah. I actually thought it was the Texaco car, but then I remembered that no, it ain't.
It looks like Jeff Bodine just moved into third there. Benny Parsons in fourth. You know, back then they didn't give. Yeah, back then they didn't really give like very many 3 wide racing early on, just because it's early in the race. But I'm sure we'll definitely see a lot of passing today.
Yeah, especially pit stops too. Pit stops will be interesting, especially at these high speeds.
Definitely, and you'll see the difference between now and then.
Earnhardt to the lead.
Yeah, nice move there. Jeff Bodine followed
along with behind
him. we said the same thing. That's crazy. You know, these races back then were very grueling. Like, I mean, I've looked at some of the race times for like the 70s and 80s here. Some of them went over 4 hours long.
Jeff Bodine takes the lead from Dale Earnhardt Sr.
I believe that's the 5. Yep, he's going to clear him.
Was it Hendrick Motorsports at the time, or was that at the time where they were first known as All Star Racing?
Hendrick Motorsports, I think. Well, they started in '84. The first one was with Jeff Bodine at Barnesville in '84. So I don't know if it was named All Star then, but I'd assume it was named Hendrick.
I think it was Hendrick because the first year it was All Star, and then I think after '84, after their first year, it was Hendrick. So I think it's Hendrick now.
Oh, okay.
As Henry mentioned, Bill Elliott, the pole sitter, was, we got problems here, it looks like for Kyle Petty, but Bill Elliott, the pole sitter, dropped back some spots.
Yeah, maybe he's
Oh,
trying to play it safe. That way, not get caught up in a big wreck. I know they're single file, but it could get dicey here. Like they're too wide behind that front, the single file front.
Oh no, not Kyle Petey.
That was back when Wood Brothers was the number 7, I believe. So it's kind of crazy that they ran the 7 for those couple years.
I believe they ran the 7 because of the 7-Eleven sponsorship that they had.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So as we're watching this right now, you could tell, you could see the separation of the cars, and that was very common back in the '80s. Like, long green flag runs, the cars to definitely separate out. Like, early 1970s, I know, for example, the cars, even though it was close racing, there's a lot of lead changes. It's just as the race went along, a lot of cars just got so far stretched apart, which you don't see nowadays. Nowadays, you see about 30 cars on the lead lap at the end of the race. It's just the times have definitely changed. And you can see the average speed there, 202 miles per hour on the screen without drafting. This is without pushing.
Dang.
So it just shows, these cars were built different, literally. But look at this in-car view from Allison, though.
Yeah, Bobby Allison. I don't know where he's at right now. I think he's moved up a couple positions. But we'll see how he does. But like I said, everyone's just riding it out right now. And we got some pit stops happening. Is that the 14, I believe?
Yeah, it looks like AJ Ford, maybe. AJ Ford, possibly. Yep, there he is. From Houston, Texas.
The legend.
I would assume an unscheduled stop, I believe.
Yeah, he's gonna lose a lap. Slow stop.
I noticed that. I didn't notice this until now, but I know back in the '80s, apparently, whenever they were done with service on the car, they would put the tire that received service at the end by the pit stop, by the pit box.
That's interesting.
Earnhardt gets another run here.
I think he's gonna make a move on Jeff Bodine to get the lead, and I think he's gonna get him.
Yeah, he got loose. What a save! What a save by Dale. Hell yeah.
That's pretty good.
One car trying to go on the bottom of the 5 car.
That's crazy. That could have been a major incident.
I think that's Bill Elliott to the inside for second on Bodine. I can't even think. On the 5, there we go.
That's actually the 1 car there, and look at this save here, as we see another replay. Yeah, he just cut up
he pulled a literally slide job. It was a slide job, pretty much.
Slide job.
It's a slide job. Man, that was cool.
Well, looks like Jeff Bodine got back to second place during that replay.
Well, we got 180 laps to go.
Yeah, you just tell, obviously, like, the broadcasting was different, we probably won't get a leaderboard change, like, very often. We'll probably see one on the screen, like, every 15 laps. You see there's a group up front here. There's, like, one pack, and then they have another pack. The number 1 car is Sterling Marlin, and then there's Terry Labonte in the 44.
Jeff Bodine, yeah.
I love how they misspelled Sterling Marlin's name, but it's just Sterling Marlin.
Yeah.
That is pretty good.
Marlin was
on Earnhardt now.
Yeah. Look at that move by Labonte. Labonte won the championship in the 44 car in 1984.
Yep, for Billy Hagan.
I was going to ask you, Henry. We've talked about Dale Earnhardt a little bit here, and he had a great rivalry with Jeff Bodine in the late '80s. But I know you've read Will Cronkite's book. If I'm correct, you were given that book by Tim Lemming. What was some things that you took away from that book?
It was really good. I liked a lot of the stories. I think him joining the pit crew and being Dale Sr.'s crew chief was really cool. I think that was one of the best parts of it, in my opinion. And there's just so much stories in there that I thought were really enjoyable. But like those ones are the ones that stuck out to me.
Gotcha.
And while you guys were talking, Dale Earnhardt Sr. went back to the lead at Talladega.
Dale Jr. probably took the lead there.
Dale Earnhardt did.
There's an
Ignore what I
alternate
just said,
timeline
Brad.
where Dale Jr. drives the 3.
But yeah, that's some good passes there. We've seen some good passes so far, and we've had a close call, but nothing crazy at the moment, other than some of those battles. I'm sure it definitely was very thrilling to make those moves in those cars.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're coming up on a lapper here.
We'll see what kind they do if they go 2x2 or if they'll still say single. I think they'll go single file right by them.
The 10-lap record here apparently is now 200 miles per hour.
And I think they broke that. They broke that the next year before Allison's wreck. And I think Allison's wreck was not long after lap 10. They ended up breaking that record, if I'm correct, because they were running like 215 or so for the qualifying speeds. As we see another lead change here, that's Terry Labonte taking the lead from Dale Earnhardt.
Labonte kind of came out of nowhere because wasn't he like behind Bodine and Earnhardt at one point? He kind of came out of nowhere. I feel like
he started in like row 4 or 5, I think. I may be wrong. So he did move up.
He passed Bodine. Because Bodine tried to go 3 wide with Labonte, and then Dale Earnhardt passed him, and then I believe Labonte went with Bodine.
And Bodine's falling back now. I think he's gonna lose. Yeah, I think he's gonna lose third now to Sterling Marlin, I believe. I think.
Yeah.
Sterling Marlin.
Yeah. Well, we just saw on the screen a few seconds ago that Labonte started 9th, so I was pretty much close on that one. But it looks like there's now going to be 4 different packs. There's Bobby Allison's back there, probably around 13th. He is in the 3rd pack, and I think he's behind Rusty Wallace at the moment. It's a nice onboard view. He's actually behind his son Davey right there. Davey Allison's in the Budweiser 12 car in this race, so that's interesting. You see some father and son battle here.
Mm-hmm. Was that 12 the Wood Brothers car? Because I know the Wood Brothers, they ran I think they ran. No, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
They had a similar font. That's what it is. It's still Allison. Yeah. I don't know why.
I want to say Bobby Allison owned the 12 car, but I could be wrong.
We'll check that at the race results after the race. We'll see which team owners own what. But right there, you see 201 miles per hour. The speed is actually picking up a little bit here. We'll probably see some more cars go a lap down in the next couple laps.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how fast they'll go. Like, I know it seems like they're getting faster, but I'm interested to see if we don't have a caution or anything, how fast they can go.
Yeah, Bobby Hillin Jr. and Ricky Rudd are moving up some spots.
Bobby Hillin was in the Snickers.
Bonnie's still out front.
Well, actually, Bobby Hillin Jr. was driving the 8 Miller car at the time. I don't think Snickers was a sponsor yet.
Oh, my bad.
But it's okay.
I must have been thinking of the Kyle Busch throwback that he ran a couple years ago. My bad.
I think it was I want to say Ernie Irvin. I think you're thinking of Ernie Irvin, I believe. He drove an M&M's car, I believe.
Yeah, he drove M&M's and Skittles, but Bobby Hillin Jr. drove at one point also in the 12 car, or in the 90s.
Yeah.
He drove for a lot of different teams. He never had a whole lot of success in his career, but he was pretty good on the restrictor plate tracks.
Mm-hmm.
There's Rick Wilson in the
16 down.
Buddy Baker is now in 5th place along with Rick Wilson in 4th.
Yeah, Baker's moved up some spots.
Now he's losing spots.
He's hanging there on the outside, trying to hold off Jeff Bodine. One thing that I found quite interesting, I think I mentioned this on a Naz Boys episode like a couple weeks ago. We were doing like the fact we do at the beginning of the video, and Buddy Baker had like 30-something starts at Rockingham, and he never won at that track. It was like probably his worst track. which is
Dang.
actually surprising because he had so many starts there and he had so many chances to win there, but just never could get it done.
Dang.
And he's
It
won
kinda
at so
reminds me of
many other tracks. Yeah, go ahead, Henry.
It kind of reminds me of Mark Martin at Pocono.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think I'm trying to think. I don't know another comparison other than Larson and Martinsville, but obviously he won this weekend, so.
Kyle Busch at Daytona, the 500.
Oh well, he did win the 400 once, but that was it.
Let's see, Bobby also has a crack in his windshield already.
Yeah, I wonder what that was from. I guess a rock or a pebble or debris.
Maybe it was some sort of thing where he accidentally touched the bumper. Maybe it cracked on accident. I'm not sure.
I've watched a lot of Talladega races from the 90s, and there was some cracked windshields, and it's mainly because of metal or fenders of flying debris. There's actually just one story I read about a fan throwing, I think it was some alcohol beverage one time, onto the track, and it hit Kel Yarbrough's windshield and broke it off of his car.
Good lord.
Yeah, I know, right? It's ridiculous.
Oh man, Earnhardt didn't win the race, so they done threw a beer can on the floor on the track.
Yeah, 2004. I actually watched that race over the 2022 off season, and man, I've watched the 2004 season up to the Brickyard 400. I got to finish the 04 season, but yeah, I've liked most of the races thus far.
Yeah, that 2004 finish was very controversial. They could have had another lap in, that's for sure, but they called it, and the Dale fans are not happy about that one, that's for sure.
Yeah, at the time they had a red flag lap thing, which is kind of confusing, and to a certain point, then they wouldn't clean it up and it ended under yellow, which I kind of wish sometimes we had that today, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of the Earnhardt fans weren't fans of Gordon at that time, and they weren't ever really fans of Gordon because of the rivalry he had with Dale Sr. And then I don't think it was until late in the 2010s where they started to actually give some respect to Gordon and actually.
It's kind of funny how Gordon's biggest rivals were his teammates. He had Jimmy Johnson, and then in the early 2000s, it was Dale Jr. at the plate tracks, and then Jr. became his teammate.
Look at this. You see all these pit crew members in the middle of pit road here?
That's pretty cool,
honestly. Yeah, they would always hold up pit boards at the time to guide them into their stalls because they didn't have the manual, the usual thing where they hold it out and lift it up.
Nowadays, that would be a 4-race suspension and $100,000 fine.
Yeah, for sure.
And notice some of the teams are doing the thing I said earlier about the tires.
One car just absolutely didn't pit at all. He missed his pit box. I think that was Rusty Wallace.
Wasn't that a penalty back then?
No, you just have to.
It wasn't.
There's no pit road speed limit. But whoa, that was close there. It looked like Bonnie was about to hit somebody as they're trying to get off pit road.
I think Bonnie's going to lose the lead here.
He did.
Usually with the tire thing, some crews did that to kind of get for a little bit of extra challenge.
Oh, we have a yellow.
Oh man, this is gonna change things.
I didn't even see that there was a yellow. It must have been debris or something because we didn't see any cars spin out. So that explains the pit stop. Oh, it looks like they're taping up the windshield.
Yeah. Did you see DeVries?
Well, Allison's going to definitely have to work his way back up through the field.
Yeah. I don't know if a caution was good. I think a caution hurt him, I believe, because the ones who stayed out it shuffled strategy up for sure.
So, we see more cars coming in the pit here. I just got a
70
random
free
call
car.
from somebody. It looks like a firefighter's there. No, they're gonna do a driver change actually.
Oh, who are they putting in?
Oh, he's not. He didn't feel like he was doing too well. He's kind of.
He's stumbling. He's
Huh.
dizzy, looks like.
I hope he's okay. He
Probably,
barked all.
probably
Yeah.
some emergency. I have to look that up later and see what that was about.
I imagine the 73 car is probably done, though.
Huh.
That is odd.
Weird to see.
So, I guess we'll maybe get a leaderboard update here, maybe in a few. We'll see.
Yeah, I ain't never seen anything like that where a driver just like leaves the car and they don't have someone to drive. That's just odd.
There's
There's
Harry
a 71
Gant.
car over there too. I'm not sure what that was about.
Yep, 33. Or he's coming off the pits.
Huh.
We get an onboard cam of him.
Yeah, Harry Gant. He's probably going to get lapped, honestly, with him not being in the draft.
I'm not sure. He might be able to draft up to that car in front of him, but I don't know.
And 5 cars drafting is probably going to outpower the 2 of them, even if he gets hooked up. But we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So, is there any way Henry could check the stream again real quick? Is that okay?
Yep, I'm checking it right now.
Awesome. Hopefully, there's nothing like on the screen or anything. We'll see.
No, I don't think
sometimes
so.
I'll get like random messages, and then at the end the stream is starting that one up.
We were supposed to pause there, correct?
I do not. No, not that I see.
Okay.
Benny Parsons in third with Sterling Marlin second. They are at least.
Well, just let me know if there's any comments that I may have to delete. Because sometimes I'll get bots and stuff, but it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Right now,
we got a new record.
Only 23 laps completed? I thought we completed more than that. They must be a little bit late on the graphic.
Yeah. Well, we had a caution too, but yeah, this race has kind of flown by in a way. Imagine if the cars went 200 today. Think how fast 500-mile races would wrap up.
Mm-hmm. Get the races done in 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need to shorten races. We just need to make the cars faster to finish the race.
As you see, some cars do have 4 wide here as we get to the restarters. One car on the bottom there looked like he jumped it. If not jumped it, then he's a lap down.
I think they've been a lap down at the time, but I don't know.
Was this the time where they let lap cars to the inside and then the lead lap ones to the outside, right, or something like that?
Yes, the lead lap cars were on the outside, the lap cars were on the bottom. We seen that like the race we watched at Richmond actually, not that long ago. On a race reaction, a lot of the cars it was kind of confusing for some people to realize, and I was like I had to explain it to them. But that's okay because a lot of people are not used to that, and they didn't know that. But that was a thing for a long time.
Oh yeah, even in 04 when I watched that season, currently watching the season, they still do it. It's kind of interesting though.
I forgot what year they stopped doing that. It was somewhere in the 2000s.
I think it was 05, but I might be wrong. I know they did it 2004. I definitely know for sure, but I don't know after that.
Oh wait. Well, 2006 they still had single file restarts. I know that. And same thing in 2007. Yeah. So they could have probably stopped doing that, like maybe in late 07, 08, somewhere around that range.
Yeah. Yeah, I never know why they stopped doing it. I guess because the lap cars could create chaos, but at the same time, if you were a lap down, it'd be really easy to get your lap back.
And
Sterling Marlin's leading right now.
Yeah, Marlin's doing pretty solid in this race so far. I think it's Benny Parsons. Benny Parsons or Phil Parsons are in second. One of them two.
Yeah, the Parson brothers.
Y'all ever seen Phil Parsons flip here in '83? I think.
I don't think. I've seen. Yeah, I've seen parts of it. Yeah.
I'll probably send you all that video. It's pretty wild. His car just went tumbling in turn one, like it was really, really odd. But the car just started doing a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll.
I'm sure Sterling Marlin's hairpiece got down in his eyes. You can't see what's going on.
Bug-eyed dummy.
Bruh. That's the, for those that don't know, that was a Watkins Glen interview reference.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that was Texas.
Yeah.
Close enough, though.
Wait, I thought that was a Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I think it was at the Glen. It was the Biff and Marlon.
Yeah, Marlon dumped not Marlon. Biffle dumped Marlon at Watkins Glen, and then Marlon said that about him in the interview.
Mm-hmm. Biffle had a lot of running with drivers at Watkins Glen. Boris said Sterling Marlin. I mean,
Darrell Waltrip's moving up.
The reference I was making was Ryan Newman at Texas, I believe. When he got sideways with Casey Mears, and I believe Marlon made contact with him after that. I'm not sure.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Oh, no, was that rumor? That's when I was talking about. I'm pretty sure Sterling Marlin's hairpiece got down from his eye.
Bro, and his new leader as well, the 55. As we saw, Labonte was in the lead before that caution. Now he's pretty far back. He must have had a slow pit stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 55 though's got a huge gap.
Yeah, they'll catch him soon though. Just watch. They'll get a run on him. Cars can't really get away from everyone else at this track with the 80s package and 80s, 90s. If you got a big lead on the field, like they're gonna catch you eventually.
Yeah.
It rarely happened where they couldn't catch him. Like one example, I think was the '87 Western 500. Davey Allison was just miles ahead of everyone else. It seemed at times. But other than that, it's just the gap would just get closed pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of like Gen 6 Super Speedway racing, where you don't want to get too far out front, or else the pack will swallow you up.
Gotcha. Oh. Oh, there's Buddy Baker down pit road. Wonder what that was for.
He's got a problem.
Well, if he didn't pit, then we got a spinner. Ken
17.
Reagan. Ken Reagan.
Yep.
That was 17.
Looks like
a 77 or is he 17? Not bad.
Looks like 17. A tire issue for whoever that was, but Baker probably stayed out because of that. I don't know if he pitted or not.
Well, that'd be good for Buddy Baker, because I think he'll get. They didn't use free pass, did they?
No, they never did.
No. Yeah.
He probably just wanted to stay on the lead lap. Is why he didn't come in.
That did say Buddy Baker though.
I think the 17 that's spun is Pancho Carter, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sure.
We'll probably get a name on the screen. Yep, you're right, Pancho
Carter. Pancho.
Man, he did
all your Pancho Carters for me, please.
I think his left rear is flat. I think that's his tire sitting in the grass.
Kmart. Remember when that store was all the rage back in the day, kids?
Remember when Sears was a thing?
Remember when Toys R Us wasn't dead?
No, don't give me painful memories, please. I love Toys R Us.
Oh, he just blew tires and went up and then spun it. Yeah, at those speeds and you blow a tire in that corner, you're either going to hit the wall or you're just going to lose it and go down the track eventually.
Yeah.
But he did a good job of keeping it off the wall, though, to be fair.
Yeah. And not hitting anybody else, too.
Well, he didn't hit anything, which is great. The only problem is he messed up his race because he stuck in the grass with a tire.
Yeah. Kind of like a next-gen car.
There's an 11 car of Darrell Waltrip, I believe.
DW.
All me in Tennessee.
I believe Carter's going to be done for the day. Looks like.
Yeah. They're smoking under the hood. It might be some sort of issue on the car.
Yeah. I think when he blowed a tire, maybe he probably did something to the suspension.
Or maybe he blew an engine. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
You know, sometimes a blown engine could lead to a tire cut. Just depends on how many parts fall out.
Yeah, that is very true.
It stops.
For lap cars now.
Yeah. Well, I don't get the point of pitting right here if you're a lap down. I mean, I kind of do, but it's just.
Well, less cars on pit road, but then again, all those droppers pitted like right near each other, so it doesn't help. Oh,
Yeah.
Stranger stalled it, I think.
Oh, poop.
That's interesting graphic right there. That's kind of odd.
I like that stoplight graphic.
Caution flag is out.
Comment down below if you think I should use that. But anyways,
yes, please.
Anyways, for those watching the stream so far, thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry I haven't really talked to the viewers in the stream so far, but for those watching, thank y'all so much for doing so. And make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and follow. Make sure to go check out Keith and Henry as well. Their links are in the description below. And you know, it's actually crazy. I was checking my account today. I haven't uploaded like in 2 weeks, and I'm only 50 away now from 1K. So thank y'all so much.
It's really nice. On my channel, I'm only 9 subscribers away from 100 subscribers.
For real though.
Nice.
As we see here, this is just a bank shot. I think they cut away to a commercial, which is the feed we're watching is by Smith TV, and it's a raw satellite feed. So this is basically like the satellite feed. So you're gonna see like all the cameras that you're gonna see the entire broadcast. You're not gonna see the commercials. You're just gonna see the broadcast only. And that's kind of what's going on right now.
Yeah. This is what NASCAR should be like nowadays. No commercials, just like raw satellite feed. You must have had a good pit stop.
All right, this is Richard Petty. How you doing?
Black car under him, Mike. I can't tell who it is. I think that's Earnhardt for the lead, I believe.
Earnhardt being a lap car in Talladega was very rare, to say the least.
Yeah. Man, we're gonna get Mike at a 3 wide here.
I'm trying to type something upside down because I don't want to move my phone and it mess up the audio, and it's like really difficult. I can't describe how difficult this is. Is that a cue?
3 wide for the lead. Elliott on the bottom, Petty up top, and Earnhardt in the middle.
I think it's a Budweiser car.
Man, that 3 wide had come into the line.
Is that cool? Is that the 12 car of Allison?
Might be.
He tried 3 wide, but unfortunately didn't have the run, I guess, and he's falling back to 3rd.
Oh,
3 wide.
Nice camera angle here. Looks like Joe Ruttman's there with Davey Allison and Bobby. Richard
Bobby's
Petty.
making some moves. He's up into the top 5 now, I believe.
Bobby and his younger brother Davey.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we got a smoker.
but
No.
It's Texas Terry.
No, he's having such a good run as well. Man, that's a shame.
God, that's a heartbreaker.
No, Terry.
Looks like an engine issue, I believe. He's going to go to the garage. Yep, I think so.
That Piedmont.
No, he's stalled. Huh.
That airplane crashed and burned.
Yep. That's a great race up front with Earnhardt and Petty.
And then Allison and Joe Ruttman as well.
Yeah. Yep. Labonte's done for the day.
That's such a shame.
Yeah, I really thought he could win this race. Honestly, he was showing a lot of speed.
Yeah, really sucks to see that Billy Higgins' team didn't last that long, unfortunately.
Yeah, they won a championship and everything. I really thought they would have been a force in the 90s and maybe 2000s.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the Front Row Motorsports before Front Row Motorsports. I mean, no, Furniture Row, my bad.
Furniture. Oh, look at this move. This slingshot. They almost turned Allison there. 4 wide.
4 wide.
This is crazy.
Dang.
Nice block there. Wow. That's close.
Good old AJ 4 right there.
There's Allison right there. Earnhardt to the lead. Petty to second and Ruttman in third.
If I'm correct, Davey Allison's driving the 12 car for no bonnet in this race, but Richard Petty was down there a little bit. Now he's up to second.
Yep, and I think that's Ruttman challenging Petty for second.
Okay. We got a yellow.
Oh, caution's out.
Third one today already. I wonder what this is for.
Probably debris.
And then some random dudes with their man boobs out. Yay.
The racing is literally getting good, and we get a yellow.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be back from the camera, y'all. I'll be back in a second. Oh, man, that was
look.
such a good run.
Tire.
Tire issue.
Wonder who that is.
It's
that's
Kenny
Kenny Reagan.
Oh.
No, Terry Labonte.
Oh, it is Terry. It's really weird to see him with that floofy hair.
Oh, Mike Joy, he's looking like a young spry chicken.
Oh, what did you just say?
I said a spry chicken. He's a spring chicken. Shut up, spring chicken.
I thought you said a young fried chicken. I was about to say, what does a young fried chicken look like?
Never mind my sayings.
I have no clue what you were talking about.
Anyway.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so confused by that. I was like, I thought he said a sprout chicken. That's what I thought I heard, and then Keith said a fried chicken.
Yeah,
I said fried, but it's supposed to be spring chicken. But anyway.
Young fried chicken. Young fried chicken.
Kentucky fried chicken.
Kentucky fried chicken from not Kentucky.
Man, we're seeing a lot of pit stops in this race. You could tell, there's definitely fuel. There's definitely some tire strategy being played here. You don't want to stay out on the tires too long. I think it's mainly just because of how hot it may be.
There's a lot of tires being moved. It looks like they have blueberries on the car on the pit road. Extra large blueberries. Oh, someone has engine issues. They're looking under the hood of one of the cars.
Yeah. I want to say it's Kyle Petty because I see Sitgo, I believe.
No, I think he may have had the 7-Eleven sponsorship for this race, but I'm not entirely sure.
It was Sitgo and sure. Yeah, I think you're right.
Guess what battery percentage my phone is on right now?
59.
How did y'all know that?
Because it's such a meme at this point.
Oh boy.
Your phone can't be at 420%.
It's a nice percentage. That's all I'll say.
Nice.
Let's see if there's a gap here between when we start the restart. No, they'll be starting back shortly.
That car's still on pit road. I'm tending to wonder what's happening there.
Alright, I'm just checking audio. We still good?
Can you hear everybody at the same level?
Yeah, I can hear Keith. I can, let me check one more time. If it'll load. Load. So that's 3 out of the race. So Carter and Labonte are out of the race.
That's 2 people, Henry.
I said 2. I said Carter and Labonte.
I said 3.
Just
Oh boy.
And the other car that's out of the race is Pee Wee Herman. His car is so small you can't even see it.
Pee Wee Herman.
The other car out the no, I'm not gonna say that, Jake. We got about 50 laps into this one, and Phil Parsons in second. He's been running really well so far. Joe Rudman, Rick Wilson. That's my dog.
He be running really well. Hello, my fudge.
Yeah, and for those that this is my first upload in a couple weeks. I am doing well. Just wanted to let y'all know I am doing well. There has been some. I've been going through a rough time the last couple weeks, but things are getting a little bit better. Just hoping that I could be more consistent and being able to keep entertaining the viewers. I mean, I feel bad every time I don't upload. Every week, and it's just part of life. I've been really busy with work lately. There's been a lot of different changes going on, and I'm trying to deal with them. So that's all I really gotta say. There's just been a lot going on, but thank y'all for everyone that has reached out and messaged me over the last 2 weeks. Looks like we still waiting on the restart here. It's taking a while.
Meanwhile, they're interviewing a few of the crew chiefs on the radio.
Dale Inman was at the Toys for Tots event, if I'm correct, in December. I saw him. They had
that's really cool.
Yeah, they had a lot of drivers for for an autograph session and to raise money for a fundraiser. I think it was in December of last year, and one of the people there was a lot of big names there, but I remember Dale Inman was there. I got to chat with him a little bit towards the end.
That's cool. Was Richard Petty there?
No, he wasn't. I will say probably one person that I've always wanted to meet that was there that I got to meet was Larry McReynolds. I always wanted to meet him, but then I finally got to meet him, and I was like, "Yay! It's cool to finally see Larry."
Yeah, that's cool.
Did I ever tell you about the story I randomly ran into Bob Pockris?
Oh, for real, Lord.
I was at.
Was it at the event where Dale Earnhardt Jr. was running the late model?
No. Oh, actually, yes, it was. You're right. I was walking up pit road. There was a lot of media down there, but it was before the start of that race, and everyone was just everywhere. It was just packed. I was like, "Is this a NASCAR race, like the Daytona 500? What's going on with all these people and this traffic?" But I was down on pit road walking, and I just see Bob just standing there talking. I don't think he was talking to a driver at the time, but he was there, and I chatted him a little bit. And guess who ends up walking right beside us and was like, "Hey, what's up, Bob?" Just interrupts our conversation. Guess who it was?
Dale Jr.
No, Stephen Parsons.
Oh wow.
He was saying, "Hey, Bob."
Cool.
But yeah, it was kind of interesting. As we're going back green here, yeah, back green. Dale Earnhardt's leading them back to green, and we'll see if we can actually see some great racing without any interruptions for a little while. Petty lost a lot of ground. Oh.
Man, that's a huge gap. That's a huge gap already.
Yeah, for real though.
And they did a tandem.
If y'all think that's a huge gap, you should watch some of the 1970s like Talladega races I've seen. There's somewhere like the first and second place car were like separated by like 20 seconds. Speaking of Parsons, there's Phil Parsons in second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, him and Earnhardt tandem draft out to a really good lead.
Bobby Allison trying to work his way up. He's now going to the outside of Michael Waltrip.
Gonna use that side draft, or that draft and side draft.
I can't tell you guys how much I love Napa Auto Parts and Coca-Cola.
Bro. Paid sponsorship by Michael. Not paid here, by the way, but paid sponsorship by Michael Waltrip. Be like, I can't tell you how much I love this. I love.
Senior was the best friend.
He starts breakdancing out of nowhere.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Chevy, for.
Hi, my name is Michael Waltrip. I'd like to thank all my sponsors at Napa Auto Parts.
I'm Michael Watson, and I'd like to thank Toyota for this illegal jet fuel. What? What was that? I have no clue what that was. He's spilling a
He was
taco
doing
all over Jimmy Hamlin's car.
Yeah, no, it was a few years ago. Michael Waltrip was he was doing a grid walk.
Yeah.
And there was a dude in bear costume, and he goes, "Hey, me and the bear, me and the bear, will see you later."
It looks like here that, or not Ernie, but Rick Wilson's trying to take third away. He may have just taken it from Rutman. I know AJ Foyt's a lap down, and he's running third in line, but he's a lap down, if I'm correct. So, just a heads up, viewers.
I was wondering what that was.
Man, Dale Senior looking real strong here.
It's really rare to see Dale Senior not run strong at super speedways.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Like the last 3 or 2 race reaction videos of them, Dale Earnhardt has won. So we'll see if that holds true for this race also.
Oh Lord.
There's a lot of drivers to look at when it comes to this race. Also, when it comes to Talladega, there seems to be a lot of underdogs that seem to win on some occasions. I don't think it was that common back in the day, but there was, but compared to now especially, but there was some races where they had some underdogs. Like there's a couple of underdogs that probably could win the race here. Like
there's
like,
Benny Parsons' wife. I think.
Marsha Parsons.
Benny and Phil Parsons could win the race. You never know. Bobby Hillin could win it. You never know how things could go with this race. Speaking of, Phil Parsons is about to go for the lead on Dale Earnhardt. Well, he's trying.
Have y'all heard about Terry Parsons?
Oh, no.
Well, y'all need to look her up. She's done a lot of great things for North Wilkesboro and helping get that run, and she's also a big part of other race reunion events, and she's a really nice person. So make sure to go read up about her, and she has a Facebook as well. She posts some stuff about racing. But anyways, that's just a random shout. But yeah, you could tell. Like, I don't think I've ever been to Talladega, but you see all those mountains in the background. Those are there, and Talladega's up like towards a hill. It's in the middle of nowhere, and there's like horrible internet all around the area. Like when I went like 2 years ago, I had horrible cell phone signal, and my parents were constantly concerned. They're like, "Why have you not responded?" Blah blah blah. Well, first off, I can't because I have no signal. I can't send anything. The only time I can really use my phone for internet purposes is when I'm at Bubba's place. So yeah, it was kind of funny. But now 3 cars pulled away here. We got Earnhardt, we got Phil Parsons, and we got Rick Wilson there.
I was about to say Rick Mast. My goodness, I am way off.
Well, Rick Mast did drive the one car at one point, or for most of his career. Y'all ever seen? Sorry, go ahead.
Skull Bandit left Harry Gant's team, and they sponsored the one car.
No, they were teammates.
Oh.
Yeah, the one of Rick Mast. Oh, we got engine.
Oh, we got trouble.
Whoa, the engine blowing right in front of Allison.
Ooh, man, that was close.
He had a spinner, and that is impacted the inside wall. And we got some mud. Richard Petty, the king. Not the king. Oh boy. Yeah, that was just in the middle. That was a great camera angle because it happened right during an onboard, and you could see all that fluid fly onto Bobby Allison's windshield. That was close call there. He almost hit Petty as he was trying to get by that.
It looked like I think it was an engine failure, but I mean there was a lot of smoke, so I think engine failed, and then he just went right to the infield, hit the wall, and even hit, I think, a hill, I believe. So, man, what a ride.
Richard Petty had some really tough luck after his 200th win in 1984.
Yeah.
There goes the tow truck. So, speaking of tow trucks, what's your thoughts on Tow Mater?
He's a national treasure. We must protect him at all costs.
For real. Here we got a replay again.
My name is Tom Mater. What up, cut?
Yeah, Harry Gant was teammates with Rick Mast for a while. Both of them, they didn't have a whole lot of wins. I know Gant won, obviously, multiple times, but Mast was a pretty good driver himself as well. Just, I don't think he ever won a cup race. Oh, wow.
Let Bobby Allison avoid this. Allison almost rear-ended Petty.
Watch him go up. He went up the track, and woof. If he kept going low, he may have actually hit him, so that was a smart move.
Yeah, especially all that smile.
Motivation maneuver.
It just shows you, Allison at this point of his career was a veteran, and he's been like racing for over 20 years, in Grand National racing. He was part-time mainly to start his career, but you could tell Allison knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
I've noticed throughout the years of NASCAR, there's been a lot of different drivers that are brothers that are very, very famous. For example, in the very beginning of NASCAR, they had the Flocks, Tim Fonte. I forgot Bob Flock.
Lonnie Flock. Yep.
Later on, we had Bobby and Davey. We had Bobby, Davey Allison.
Wait a minute, they were not brothers. Keith, hold on a minute. Keith, did you just say Davey and Bobby were brothers?
Father and son. Bobby and Donnie were brothers.
Keith.
My bad.
Keith, it's okay, but you about made me want to go through the screen. You got it. But anyways, here,
Don't attack me, please.
Who else?
Have a pit stop.
There's other brothers, famous brothers. You got Kurt and Kyle Busch. You got the Labonte brothers.
Hermie and Elliott.
The Waltrip brothers.
Yeah. Kurt and Kyle are the winningest brother duo of all of them.
Yeah, we also had Dale. We had Ned and Dale Jarrett.
That's father and son.
Again.
Fuck, man.
Language.
I know what you're meaning. Father and son and brother. Yeah.
I guess I should have said family in general.
Yeah.
You're good,
bro. That's definitely a blooper reel moment. But it looks here like Gant is they're on their pace laps or caution laps right now. Let me see if we could skip ahead if it's still. Let's skip ahead to 1:17:15.
And then we have another set of brothers, Richard and Kyle. No, I'm kidding.
No, we can't. Nah. 1:17.
1:17:15 is the restart.
All right.
Almost there. Yep, there we go.
All right. Let's get back started here in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We are back. Oh, nice move there. Looks 4 wide there as we get going. A lot of the lap cars in the way, and you just tell the faster cars are getting right underneath them. I think Bill Elliott moved up some spots there. He's been even though he's supposed to, he's been not as fast. Here we go. Bobby Allison trying to take the lead from his son Davey here for this is a great move. And he's got a lot of traffic though coming his way. And Bobby won the spring race in '86. Well,
second race.
This is the second race, so we'll find out.
I'm excited to see who gets it.
Looks like another car, though, is in front of Bobby. I thought Bobby was in the lead, but apparently not. It's actually Phil. I didn't see him at all. He must have shot out way ahead of everyone else. Phil Allison, imagine. But 3 wide back there. Oh, here he goes. Slingshot. And there's Phil Collins. Such a cursed name. I wouldn't say it's cursed, but it's just so odd.
Johnny Parsons.
You know, it'd be a very weird name. You know, it'd be a really weird name. Ned Earnhardt.
Oh my gosh.
What
Ned
about
Beerswell?
Jeff Bonnet?
Brad Earnhardt.
David Bonnet.
Jimmy Trickle.
Kyle Trickle.
Tony Bush.
Oh God.
Look at this. There's a bump track move. AJ Foyt bumped Allison there to get him clear of Combs.
Rodney Allison.
Let me think of another one. Delma Petty.
That's nice. Delma Petty.
Bubba. Let me think.
Bubba Cowart. Bubba Petty.
Bubba Rutman.
Oh God.
Bubba Petty.
Dale Gordon.
Dale Trickle.
Rusty Irvin.
Rusty
Rusty
Trickle.
Irvin.
Rusty.
Oh no. Oh look, there's a nice move there by Combs. I think he's in the lead now, if I'm correct, and if not, then he's trying to get his lap back.
Ricky Combs.
Is that Tim Richmond actually now in the second? He's been sort of towards the mid pack, but he's now worked his way up there. Yeah, that's Tim Richmond.
That's then Davey Allison behind them, I believe.
Davey Trickle.
Yes.
There's Tim Richmond. I was gonna say Tim Gordon, but I think I was an actual driver. What
The
about
cars? Combs is leading.
What about Rusty Sauter?
Oh gosh, that is cursed.
What about Fonzie Jarrett?
Johnny Sadler.
Yeah, that's odd.
There's Petty.
Well, what about Cale Thomas?
Phil Ellis.
Phil Barkdahl. Dick Barkdahl.
Let me think of another one. Richard Petty's actually out of the race as we had saw earlier, but let me think.
I like that Mustang.
What about Delma Donahue?
Dimsdale, Dimmadome.
You dimmer down, dimmer down.
As we see, Richmond, I think, is in the lead now. But yeah, we've even seen a lot of different leaders. We saw Depodine, we saw Earnhardt, we've seen Allison at one point, Petty up towards the front, and now we have Richmond. And I think Bill Elliott's now starting to make a little bit of a run. He's definitely got some figured out because he's now trying to go by Allison.
Yeah, he's making some moves, and they're getting a little bit dicey too, out in the back.
Oh, I just have another cursed one.
Oh Lord.
Bill Stewart. Or Chase Stewart.
Chase Earnhardt Jr.
Tony Petty.
Richard Cope.
Oh my gosh. Derek Trickle.
Derek
Dick
Gordon.
Biffle. Dick Biffle.
Rusty Biffle.
Don't say that to a girl.
Greg. Oh wait, I got a good one. Greg Sacks.
That was the actual driver.
Wait, no,
Yeah, no, but no, listen. You take Greg Biffle and you put it with Greg Sacks.
Dick Sacks.
Yeah, of course. There's that. And I'll have to cut it out the video. I know people in the comments will be like, keep it in, keep it in. But yeah.
I mean, are you leaning toward PG-13? Because if that's the case, keep it in.
As we see here, Elliot's going for the lead. The pole sitter, and my pick to win is now going for the lead. He's really fast at Talladega and Daytona in the mid 80s, late 80s.
I got a question. Can y'all hear me? Is my audio fine?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I'm trying to keep my volume down and try not to wake my parents, so I'm trying to figure out how to mitigate the noise a bit, but we're good.
Rusty
Wallace on board.
Oh, look at Ricky Rudd making his way underneath, and now Wallace is going to get a great run into turn 3. I think Rudd's still going to get underneath him, but Wallace has been mid-pack throughout this race.
Ricky Wallace.
Davey Rudd.
Rusty Kulwicki.
Oh, no.
Bobby Cope.
Derek Parsons.
No, I got wait, hold on. Danica said.
Danica Mast.
Oh my God.
What did Danica say?
Oh, we got a new race record here. 19 different leaders, it seems. That's pretty cool.
That's kind of small if you think about it, how many lead changes there are at Talladega on some occasions nowadays.
Well, this is like the different amount of leaders. So they've had 19 different leaders, but I'm sure they definitely, of course, then they get the lead changes record in this race. But there definitely has been a good bit. So it's been very entertaining so far. What would y'all give this race 1 out of 10 scale so far, in y'all's honest opinion?
I give it a solid. So I give it about a 9.5 out of 10. It's been pretty racy.
9.3 for me.
I would give it a, just because I've seen other like Talladega races, and so far for me, I would say it's like a 8.2, maybe 8.2. That's what I would give it right now.
Yeah, for single file racing, it's actually been pretty good. Guys get runs on each other really good.
I've noticed we've had a lot of onboard cameras with Bobby Allison this entire race. Pretty cool.
Whoa, you see Parsons looked like he got loose there, but Wallace had to make an unscheduled pit stop. If not that, he's going to pit road. He's off the pace.
Rusty Petty.
Dusty Crop Hopper.
What?
Rusty Crop Hopper.
Looks like here that Earnhardt is going for the lead. He's caught back up again. He was back towards the back there on the last restart. He's now going for the lead on Bill Elliott.
I think he'll get him here too.
And just a random shot of a woman there.
we got Dale and Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yeah, Tim Richmond now going underneath Elliott, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. A lot of the broadcasts I've noticed from like the 80s and 90s, they show a lot of women, but nowadays Fox is just kids. You just see a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
I might be wrong on this, but I'm not sure. Maybe they weren't bringing their kids very often to NASCAR races back then.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they did, but at the same time, like you have like all different age groups, and you know with NASCAR nowadays you have different age groups as well. It's just they didn't show kids on camera every like 30 minutes or every 20 minutes like Fox, but it is what it is.
They have a secret pet. No, they don't.
Hey, yo,
I think
wait
Joseph
a minute.
Lombard is running. I think Joseph Lombard is running Fox NASCAR.
Oh no! Please don't say that.
Or maybe it's secretly Jared for. I'm just kidding. No, it's not.
Bill Cosby.
I will say there's certain things we can't say on stream, so let's just be careful, guys.
Okay. I'm not
Alright,
gonna
my
say
bad.
nothing too out there.
Hey, you're fine. It's just don't say certain words. You can't say certain words, but as you can see here, it looks like Richmond is going again for second, and yeah, Wallace is taking that car behind the wall.
I wonder what's going on with Rusty.
Probably an engine, to be honest.
Maybe some overheating issue or something like that. Maybe.
Man, they must have ran a lot of high horsepower if they're blowing engines a lot like this.
Well, I mean, yeah. Plus,
Must
with
have been
the
okay.
temperatures and the heat back then, I mean, you see guys drop out with mechanical issues all the time back in the day.
What do you think the horsepower is? 900, 800?
Probably somewhere close to that.
Well, they didn't have restrictor plates either until after '87, so keep that in mind also.
Yeah.
Looks like Harry Gantz moved up there. I saw a Skull Bandit car, so I think Harry Gantz now moved up into the top 5.
Or maybe it's Phil Parsons. Because Phil Parsons is in the school car too.
Phil Parsons is definitely up there. I wish we had another leaderboard update. There hasn't been one in a while.
Yeah, I wish they would show like the what is it, the scoring pylon in the middle of the track, like every now and then. That'd be kind of cool.
I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder how often
The
they
technology.
should the leaderboard update compared to like NSCS leaderboard updates. I wonder if it's the same amount of difference or if it's I show it more.
We need to do research on that.
I think the technology back in this day was a little bit different with the scoring pylons
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
it was. They had live timers keeping track. They didn't have electric timing and scoring. They had just personal people.
A legend in jeans.
Dandruff hair that's good for your hair. Oh man, I wanted to say something bad, but I'm not going to. No.
Okay, you might as well keep it to yourself.
Yeah. I'm not going to. No.
Well, you're not going to?
I'm going to. I don't want Christian to get age restricted.
More like getting in trouble with Twitch, but okay. I could care less about age restriction, but as we see here, they're about to catch another lap car. But there was early in the race we saw a lot of groups spreading out. Right now we just see one big group and maybe one other group farther on back. So it's definitely got more competitive at the moment.
Yeah.
Sterling Marlin's back in third again.
Seems like the pack's caught up with Earnhardt now. It used to be a 3-car breakaway, but now the pack slowly caught back up with them.
Looks like they're interviewing Rusty.
Yeah. Rolling like a river.
Rolling,
NASCAR in the '90s at Talladega, all you see roll. Oh no.
Hey, Rusty only had one career win up to that point.
Yeah, he ended up winning. He ended up winning some in '87, and then he started winning a lot in '88 and '89.
I believe he went to Penske. I believe a little bit in the late '80s, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think his team was called Max Emu or something like that. I forgot what the 2017 was called.
It wasn't quite that, but you're close. I'll let you.
Yeah. Blue Max. I think it's Blue Max Racing. I believe.
I interviewed Todd Parrott, and Todd Parrott was on a part of that crew for some years. With the
Todd Parrott's a very, very well-known person, I believe, in part of pit crews, isn't he?
Who?
Todd Parrott.
He was a crew chief for if y'all saw my interview, he also was Dale Jarrett's crew chief, and he won the '96 500 and '96 Indy 500, or not Indy 500, Brickyard 400, and they also won the championship. And honestly, they won the championship in either '99 or 2000. one of them 2 years.
I wonder who would be considered the greatest crew chief of all time. It would probably be Shaq and House, huh?
I
I don't
wouldn't
know.
say
Dale
that.
Inman was pretty good. Dale Inman was good with Petty.
Yeah, Larry
I would. I
McReynolds
would.
was a great crew chief. I would put Larry McReynolds over Canals.
Yeah,
that's fair. I think there's one crew chief that a lot of people overlook. Kirk Shelmerdine.
Oh yeah, Kirk. Yeah. Kirk was a great crew chief.
I would honestly. With Earnhardt.
What about Harry Hyde? He was really good too. Harry Hyde.
I think it's interesting that you put McReynolds above Canals. I agree with you, Christian, but I think the main reason too why McReynolds beats Canals is because McReynolds worked with a bunch of drivers. He worked with Davey Allison, and he won the 500 with him, and then he won the 500 with Earnhardt Sr. So, it's kind of cool when you can win with a bunch of different drivers as a crew chief, in my opinion.
There's another great guy right there. They just showed on the screen, Junior Johnson, who knew a lot about race cars as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he would shave pistons down by fractions of a second so they fire off quicker.
Yeah, Junior Johnson is a really smart guy, and another reason why I have Larry McReynolds as one of my top crew chiefs of all times is how smart he was, and he knew what to do at certain times to make the car go faster. He knew, he knew a lot about the weather and how it affected the cars. He was just really smart, and he crew chiefs a lot of great drivers, and he was on a lot of great teams that almost won or either won big races.
I think he got Brett Bodine his first Cup win too, and the only Cup win.
Yeah, and North Wilkesboro 1990 race. You're correct.
Yep.
Interestingly, because I think a lot of people know Kirk Shelmerdine as a driver as well as a crew chief. Interestingly, when Kirk Shelmerdine ran his one of his very first races, and I believe in the Sportsman division, Dale Earnhardt Sr. was his spotter.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And he would be telling, and Dale Sr. would be telling literally everything that's going on, like what his car is doing, how is his neck feeling, what the car's doing ahead of him, what's going on behind him, all that stuff.
Yeah, you see, this is an interesting segment here. They're talking about like some 50s and 60s drivers with Mike Joy. This is definitely interesting, I'll say the least. They showed some drivers on screen like the Flocks. They showed Fireball Roberts.
It's really weird to see. It's really weird to see skinny Mike Joy.
Look at that! Now he's even dressed up in a driver's suit and helmet. He's like, I'm about to go out here and school these boys.
Himself too, I believe.
One thing, another crew chief I just want to mention, Jeff Hammond. He was recently on the Racing Roots with Ham podcast that I was a part. I was able to be a part of that podcast. I help out with this show. I'm there. I go on the show like every couple weeks. But it was really cool to have him on the show, and he was a great guest. He told some really fascinating stories, so if you haven't yet, go check that out. But he was a great crew chief as well.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a watch.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Hammond used to have some sort of wrestling career?
Some what?
Some sort of wrestling career, or is that?
Oh yeah, he mentions that on the show, on the podcast. He talks about he did some wrestling. He also played football.
What the? Oh, is that a Gatorade tail?
I thought he was a chicken for a second.
I thought it was like one of them TikTok things where they put the like cloth on their head and pretend to be a girl.
Oh my gosh! That was Larry Mack. I felt so bad. I thought that was Jackie Gleason. The guy from Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh yeah.
So you see Tim Richmond's back in the lead again. You see the backstretch stands, they didn't seem that full at some points, but there's a lot of people sitting on the grass, which in the 2000s you couldn't really sit on that grass because they ended up elevating the stands on the backstretch. Kel Yarbrough has actually moved up to third. That's actually surprising, and I thought we've ran more laps now. We're about at the halfway point of the race.
We're getting close.
Jeff Bodine's back to fifth. Jeff Bodine's been really strong this entire race.
Oh, green flag pit stop. Yeah, this is off sequence for him. This may cost him some time.
He might get lapped too.
Bullseye barbecue sauce. Interesting sponsor.
I think it said Bullseye Barbecue.
You know what would have been a good sponsorship promotion? They had Target on the car, like the Target Bullseye. That would have been kind of cool.
Yeah. I remember from a Busch Series qualifying video from 2003. There was a car that was sponsored by and I quote, bone sucking sauce.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that.
If I remember correctly, it was a 72 Michael Dawkins.
There's Bill Elliott going down pit road. Looks like we're gonna see some green flag pit stops.
So that Sterling Marlin one wasn't unscheduled.
Maybe not. I mean, the tires are definitely wearing out. They're definitely. They seem like they're going a little bit slower than they did earlier too.
Yeah, probably because the tire fall off.
It is a long pit stop. There are only 2 tires. What was that in the background?
My dad. My dad's going to bed.
Oh boy.
Man, I wish I could go around my house singing like that.
How he does it all the time.
Yeah, I've personally heard on FaceTime calls Keith's dad like acting. I'm not gonna say, but he just he's talking loud.
Oh man.
But I bet your dad's really great, and Keith actually he actually started a job recently at a racetrack. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, so I work at this track called Vado Speedway Park. It's a racetrack located in a small city in New Mexico called Vado. And basically what I work there, I work as a suite usher. And basically what I do is there's 4 suites or 4 buildings with 4 suites in each of them on the racetrack. And what basically I do is I have a clipboard, a pen, and a walkie-talkie. Usually I use a walkie-talkie to tell my bosses on all that good stuff. I don't really use that much, but basically what I have to do is people that sign up for suites, they give me their tickets. I have them sign their names on my clipboard because it gives me 4 columns with suite, or for example, suite 5, suite 6, suite 7, suite 8. We'll say, for example, one of them's on suite 6. They sign on in suite 6, and I give them their wristband, and they go down to their suites and have a good time. And you can in the suites you can actually watch the races because they have a big TV in there, and they also occasionally have a fridge in there as well where you can get some drinks. And after the end of the night, after everyone's leave the suites, I have to go into every suite and count the drinks in each suite. So yeah, I get paid $60 a night for 1 night a week.
Huh. That's definitely. I mean that I've heard of that before, but I didn't know Vado Speedway had any suites until you told me about your job. So Vado Speedway is definitely an interesting track. I've never been, obviously, but yeah, if y'all haven't yet, go check that stuff out. I don't know what races they broadcast Vado Speedway. I know their vision has had a couple, I think, at Vado. But yeah.
So I believe the TV station that really does it, I believe, is Flow Racing.
Yeah.
I believe. I'm not entirely sure. But they have a lot of different series at the track. They have all sorts of different kinds of modifieds like USRA regular mods, A mods, X mods, B mods, super trucks, legend cars.
Gotcha.
360 non-wing sprints, 305 wing sprint cars, and among several other series that go there.
Do you have a favorite series?
Honestly, it's really tough. I really love the sprint car series. Just how quick they're going around the racetrack. They rip.
Yeah, the sprint cars are really fast, and I've seen them in person, like at the World Finals, and it's crazy how fast they go around that track, and it's hard to get pictures of them too. Like there's so many pictures I took during World Finals, so it's kind of like so hard to get a good shot. But Henry, I was gonna ask Henry. Do you watch and follow dirt track racing? And if so, what series do you like to watch or
I
division?
don't follow it much. I'm planning to follow it closely this year. I like I think World of Outlaws was one of my favorites just because with Larson. Him and I think a couple weeks ago, him and Jonathan Davenport had some really good finishes. Amongst each other, he beat him, and I think like he pulled a nice slide job on him. So Larson's really fun to watch on the World of Outlaws side of things. But yeah, I like dirt racing. I'm kind of getting into it more. I'm not. It's not that I don't like it. I just haven't been exposed to it enough. But I do like dirt racing from what I've seen.
Yeah, we could
I've met
see.
some. I've also been to the pit several times at the track at my local dirt track, and there's a lot of on some occasions they have some very legendary drivers in certain dirt racing scenes come by, like sprint cars. They have a legendary driver named Terry McCarl.
Yeah.
I got to meet him. Ken Schrader's raced at the track. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see that. Sammy Swindell's raced at the track before. Didn't get to see that either, unfortunately.
Looks like Tim Richmond may have an engine issue or the car's shutting down. He just got off pit road, and it looks like props for him as we continue to things like pit stops. We saw some different lead changes, and some guys have stayed out longer than others.
Jeff Bodine with the Levi Garrett car. I have to ask this question because I've always wondered, what is Levi Garrett? Is that some sort of
It was a Gene.
cigarette?
If I'm correct, it was a Gene brand.
I think it still is. I think it still exists. I believe maybe. I might be wrong.
We all know Wrangler still does.
Yeah.
The best
Levi still exists, I believe. So, but
the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
You know, it's funny. I made a meme of that like commercial years ago on my Savage NASCAR account, and it was basically that song playing, but I put a Tim Richmond car in a cup, literally, in the video.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I could find it or not. It happened so long ago that I made that meme, but it's somewhere there on the internet.
I'm just kind of a really hilarious. I'm not sure it would be considered hilarious, but why don't you try doing a Nestle Crunch commercial, but you just throw a crunch car against the wall? I love Nestle Crunch.
I think one of my first NASCAR memes I made was it was that one race where Larson wrecked Harvick at Auto Club, but the commercial was a Busch beer commercial, and he's like, "Hey, toss me a beer," and in the commercial the guy tosses the beer, and it hits Harvick, and Harvick gets hit into the wall and then wrecks. What are you wheezing about? I just hear Keith wheezing if I spit out my food. I'm not gonna lie, Keith's laughs are so funny. But as we see Darrell Waltrip there.
No offense, but in the best way possible, your laugh sounds like a car sputtering, and it is the funniest thing ever.
Wow, you see how far the field is separated right now?
Yeah, they're dang. Pit stops really split everyone up.
I thought they were under caution.
Well, right now this is the raw satellite feed. They're not showing the broadcast like live. This is the raw satellite feed. So there's no. Right now would be playing commercials. That's why the cameras are still. Until now, as you can tell, the zoom in is a little outrageous. Okay, yeah, you can tell. As you can see, they're trying to find a car to follow. Okay, I think they're sticking on Darrell Waltrip for a few. DW Jaws. Jeff Hammond had some funny stories about him. We asked him what his thoughts were on Darrell Waltrip on the podcast. He had some interesting stuff there. It looks like he's off the pace right now. What's going on here?
Maybe he's going to pit or he's having to fix some issues, maybe.
It looks like an issue because he wouldn't be slowing down this early.
Well, Might be another engine issue.
That sucks.
Yeah, a lot of mechanical failures we see in this race. We haven't really we have seen a spin and a wreck by Petty, but other than that, we haven't seen any wrecks. As we are probably halfway through the race right now, if not a little bit past that.
We saw the one wreck for Pancho Carter, but other than that, we haven't seen many wrecks either.
Yeah, that's just a tire spin. But Petty hit the inside wall in that one wreck.
Nice cowboy hat.
I want to be a cowboy, baby.
I want to be a cowboy, baby.
I want to be a cowboy. I can't say that word.
And then he goes and slings off a swing.
The golfing championship. I'm sure we all want to see who's winning the Buick Open right now.
Yeah,
I don't watch golf.
I don't think anyone really goes to a NASCAR broadcast to look for golf.
I don't think NASCAR's ever showed like any golf promotions in a while. If not, then they probably did show like a Masters commercial recently, but other than that, I haven't seen any like NASCAR like promoting any golfing events in the last like year or so.
Anyways, we have a new leader up at the front, and I believe that's Sterling.
Well, Sterling pitted. He's on like the end of the lead lap, I think, unless he's in the lead somehow because he pitted for everyone else. I don't know. I know Yarbrough's battling for the lead. He's been in the mid-pack the entire race up until the last 20. He's moved his way up. Kelly Yarbrough was really strong on restrictor plates back in the late 70s and early 80s.
The best part of waking up is we're interviewing the Folgers.
There's Harry Hyde. I mentioned him earlier.
The best part of waking up is Harry Hyde in your cup.
The best part of waking up is Bojangles in your gut.
Hey, that's a good one. Bojangles.
You know what I was going to say? I was going to say the worst part about waking up is having Taco Bell coming out of your butt.
That's a good one.
I don't know if you can say that
Oh,
on here.
nah, it's not that bad. Uh-oh. Just gets canceled. Oh, look at this man. Dale Earnhardt's to the lead, and he has help from Kelly Yarbrough. Where's our leaderboard update? We haven't had one in like 50 laps. But then again, we do have the announcer audio on too, so that may be another reason why we don't know where everyone is. But we'll figure it out. We're giving it the best we can. And for those watching the stream, of course, make sure to like it up. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and to share the video as well. That'd be great. Like and subscribe. We're on the road to 1K. Make sure to go follow Keith and Henry. Their links are in the description below. As we got another woman spotting, smoking a cigarette randomly, and back to the racing.
Well, they didn't call it the Winston Cup Series for nothing.
But no, seriously, the people watching the stream, subscribe to Christian, or I'll be in your walls tonight.
Hey yo.
Subscribe to Mr. Beast. No, I'm just kidding. I'm subscribed to Christian.
Subscribe to PewDiePie. Remember that thing years ago?
Yeah.
Taking over T-Series.
Subscribe to PewDiePie so we can beat T-Series.
Subscribe. No. What's that one? Like, subscribe or James Charles will be underneath your bed tonight.
Hi, sister.
Subscriber James Charles will be underneath you tonight. Oh dear.
Oh no. Hey, new subscriber James Charles will be in your chimney instead of Santa on Christmas Eve.
Hey, that's kind of stalker-like behavior right there.
subscriber Henry doesn't get to go to Rockingham ever again.
Subscriber Christian will hunt me down and literally prank me up next April Fools.
Like and subscribe, or no, like or no, I'm trying to think. Like or subscribe, or Henry will end up having to do a flip outside of Talladega in the next NSCS race. Just go find a little
Lord. I'll try and do a backflip IRL, honestly.
Like and subscribe before, ladies and gentlemen. Like and subscribe before we have Henry do another reverse Talladega incident where we have an insane incident where
no man, guys.
Like and subscribe, or we get a caution. Here we go. We got a caution.
What y'all?
Obviously, I saw the caution light before I said that, but like and subscriber James will come back and do reverse Talladega in season 8. He's not dead, but you know what I mean, like, you know, in the series, he had that wreck. But that's all I'll say.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
He's not actually dead. Don't cancel us. He's not actually dead.
You know.
As we got a caution, a phantom caution here. I wonder what this is for. It must be a debris caution, maybe.
Man, I didn't know they had phantom yellows back in the 80s.
Oh goodness, NASCAR's back with another debris caution. Or is it debris? What could a caution be for? Pit stops. Jeff Bodine. I'm just over here talking by myself, and then all of a sudden we just hear bing bong, bing 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 bong.
Was that your dad?
No, that was Christian.
Oh God.
So my dad's asleep now.
That was a mess up and a half. The camera is bugging out. As you can see, they're trying to show the pit stops, but obviously the satellite feed is going bazonkers.
I think we have some interference going on.
Some alien interference, maybe?
Alien invasion, ayo. No, the aliens probably came to Earth and like, nah, we don't want to kidnap them.
What? We kidnap them, more like them kidnap us.
Yeah, exactly.
The aliens came down and saw, oh my gosh, there's too much cigarettes, we gotta go.
No, the aliens came down and said, "Good Lord, what have we seen? We do not want to interact with these humans."
The aliens came down and said, "Whopper, no, I'm just kidding."
Existence was a mistake.
Jeez. Because we saw the speed on the different cars that are out. I wonder were you going to get an in-cart here of what may have happened if the cameras are working, which you can't see a thing right now.
It's going haywire.
This may be a replay from the Petty engine blowing out earlier. Yeah, it is. This is a replay from earlier.
Dang, the satellite feed's going a little crazy here.
The satellite feed be bugging out, though. I'm not going to lie. It'd be hidden different.
Feels like I'm watching a creepy cross.
It feels like it's about to cut to a Whopper commercial.
If it does, man, that'd be funny.
Oh no, then Sean White would be in our ears, and Lucius as well.
I'm pretty sure everybody would be like, "Shut up."
I can't say this. I cannot say this on screen, but I'm gonna PG-13 this.
Oh no.
And say, in the words of Gator, your tibia would make a fine carrot.
All right, we should be getting back to green shortly. We're halfway through the race. Actually, let's skip ahead to 2:03:30. Actually, scratch that. 2:03:21 is the restart.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
2:03:30.
2:03:21.
Okay, 2:03:20.
I'm there.
All right, we're all there.
No, right now, Henry.
Okay, I'm on 2:03:21, but dang it. Okay, there we go. Wait.
All right,
I
ready,
got it.
ready in 3, 2, 1, play. So we go back to restart here. Dale Earnhardt's in the lead.
I'm on 2:03:28.
You're good. You're good. Just come back a couple. As we see, Dale Earnhardt is in the lead. Darrell Waltrip was a lap down and looking like he's causing up a jam up. I don't know if it was him or another car on the outside. Bobby Allison maybe did not get a great restart, and now Bill Elliott's moving to the outside of Waltrip in the third position.
In second place, I think.
Like, there's Bobby Allison behind Bill Elliott. Yeah, you tell, the cars like to slide up the hill. They really do.
Bill Elliott and I, the science guy.
What's with you and science, Keith?
I don't know.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. Just depends on. Never mind. As we see, Cale Yarborough's now going into second in the Hardee's 28 Ford or Buick, as he's now going for the lead.
Wasn't Hardee's a restaurant?
Bro, it is.
Oh.
We did not know that. Hardee's was not a drive-through restaurant. Oh, Henry, what do you think about Cale Yarborough finally now being in the lead?
I think it's kind of interesting. I don't think Yarborough is kind of hanging outside the top 10. I think most of the race up to this point. So, and some of his contenders had engine issues, obviously like Rusty Wallace and things. So we'll see if he can pull the W. But Earnhardt's looking pretty strong here too.
Yeah, we saw Richard Petty had the engine issue earlier. I know some other cars have had mechanical issues. One of those being Rusty Wallace, as Henry mentioned, he had a piston problem. Is now it looks like the 40, no, either the 88 car, it seems, of Buddy Baker, the white and blue car is working to back up to the front again. Big pack here.
The only thing I remember about Cale Yarborough.
Wide out back.
The only thing I remember about Cale Yarborough was how he was making car noises, and in the Daytona 500, it was causing his crew all sorts of
Classic.
He was in the car.
Now it's a little bit of a different topic, but we've seen like some of this NASCAR 75 greatest driver announcements so far. Has there been any that has surprised you at all so far?
Casey Kane.
Yeah.
And no offense to Kane, but I feel like Newman is kind of in the same tier as Kane, and I don't know. It's just kind of odd to me. He had a good career. Don't get me wrong. He won some crown jewels, but he never came close to winning a championship.
Yeah.
So it's kind of odd just for me. And same thing with like Biffle even. Like no offense to I get Biffle. He's won the truck championship in Xfinity. That probably counts to that, which makes sense. But I don't know. Like the guys with 17 wins, I just don't feel like it's not that they've earned, but there's like 75 more greater drivers than them, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean that's a valid point. What about you, Keith?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. I would say Kane is a little surprising. And just considering so there's been so many other drivers that have scored a little bit more wins than they have. But at the same time, I'm not here to judge.
I think that I'll say this. I don't think Kane should be in it, and it's nothing personal. I think he's a great driver, but I don't think he should get in it over guys like Neil Bonnet. Um, This is my personal opinion. I think Neil Bonnet should be in it. I think he's not going to, which is going to be sad because Neil Bonnet doesn't get as much recognition as he deserves. I mean, look at all the big races he won. He won at Talladega. He's won the 600, the Southern 500. He's won a lot of big events. And compared to Kane, what's the biggest race that Casey Kane ever won?
Coke 600.
Yeah, but other than that, can you name one?
Nothing that big, really.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just kind of up in the air. I think Bonnet had better stats than Kane, also. I think. It's just Bonnet was in a tougher year too. I know it's gonna trigger people, but I just think Bonnet should get in over him. But Biffle, I could see why Biffle gets in. I do think if it was just Cup Series 75, then Biffle wouldn't get in. If it's just the Cup Series,
Yeah.
but now if you're including like the other series, him winning championship and them, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how many full-time Cup drivers currently get in, because like you got guys like Keselowski, Logano, and if Kyle Busch isn't on the list, then it's all rigged. I mean, just like let's be honest with that. But it'll be interesting to see how many active full-time Cup guys get on the list, because that ain't a lot of spots. 25, and they're adding guys who haven't competed other than Larson. Oh, we got a problem.
Yeah, it looks like here, we saw Buddy Baker take the lead, but yeah, this one car is just blowing up smoke everywhere. That's Rusty Wallace. He had that piston issue. He came back out, but now he's going back in the garage. One other driver that I'm glad got in that was announced recently was Sterling Marlin. He didn't win a lot of races, but he almost won the 2002 championship. He won the 500 back-to-back years. He was really solid driver. And we got a caution here, I guess, for that engine fluid. I'm surprised they threw the caution here. I thought they would just let it go green.
The 90 car.
Yeah, I just thought that they would let it go green here because of that. Ken Schrader's on pit road in the Red Baron 90. Must be another engine or mechanical issue here.
Yeah, a little bit off topic, but I kind of forgot to mention with Sterling Marlin. Remember back in the early '90s when the Morgan McClure 14 was just so god tier at the Daytona 500.
Yeah, and Talladega, they're just really good at their sticker plates.
With Irvin, I believe. What Irvin?
Irvin did really solid in the 4 car as well.
Along with Marlin as well. And Bobby Hamilton, too.
Well, Hamilton was alright in the 4. He wasn't great, but he was alright.
Yeah, you also got to include the fact that Marlin won 2 500s in a row. That's pretty hard to do. I mean, at any restrictor plate track, but the 500 to win back-to-back is kind of hard.
Mm-hmm. Now, what about guys like Fred Lorenzen? Do you think he should get in?
Now that depends. I think it depends. I think 3 things should depend if you get on the 75 list. 1, how many wins you have. 2, what kind of wins, like how many crown jewels are in those wins. And 3, how consistent you were a championship contender. That's the 3 criteria, for me at least, that I would put on the 75 list.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think Carl Edwards will be on there?
Oh yeah, Carl's gonna get on there. Yeah, there's no way he doesn't.
He's won an Xfinity title in a lot of the truck and all 3 series, so I don't see why he wouldn't be on.
Now, Buddy Baker, I don't know if he's gonna get on, but Buddy Baker, I think, should definitely be in consideration.
Yeah,
He was really good. Tiny Lund was another really great driver. I don't know if he'll get in or not. Um,
Rest in peace.
who else? I'm trying to think of some other names that are probably going to get missed on. Jeff Bodine, maybe? Jeff Bodine, maybe.
Yeah. Tim Richmond.
Ooh, that's
Rusty.
another one.
Rusty
Tim Richmond,
Wallace.
despite his short career, he was really good, like stat wise.
Yeah. I know this might be a stretch, but Davey Allison, I know his career was cut short.
No,
but
Davey's getting in. I already know he is. I already heard that.
What about Rusty Wallace? Wouldn't Rusty be on there?
Yeah, Wallace is going to be on there. I know Bobby Allison. I don't know about Donnie, but I think Donnie should be on there. But I know Bobby definitely is.
Can't be upper row too.
Now, if David Pearson didn't get in, we just know that NASCAR had a problem with him. They just gotta hate him for whatever reason. But I'm sure he's gonna get in regardless. But
yeah, wait, Pearson isn't on the original original 50.
No, he was. I'm just saying that if NASCAR took him off,
Okay.
that would cause a problem. Literally, that would cause a
There'll
huge
be
issue.
there'll be a mass riots everywhere.
If Junior wasn't put on it, then yeah, that would be a riot waiting to happen. Dude, Chase Elliott should not. I'll go ahead and say this right now. I don't think he should be on it right now. I know this is going to trigger people, but he does have a championship, yes. Should he get in? Maybe.
By the way.
But it's just so early in his career.
Yeah. That 2020 championship for Elliott was kind of Mickey, to be honest. If he didn't win Martinsville, he wouldn't have been the champion.
Mickey Mouse championship.
I mean, it kind of is. Like, I see what people mean, but in the playoff format, he did what he had to do, and he won it. So.
Well, yeah, that's crazy.
I don't think people consider. I mean, people. I think a lot of people. You could probably bring up the 2015 championship for Kyle Busch being more Mickey than that.
Well, you also have to think this. Did Chase Elliott win an Xfinity title too?
Yeah, he did.
Now, Austin Dillon won an Xfinity title. Austin Dillon and Ricky Stenhouse both did, but Dillon's won the 500. Stenhouse has won the 500. I don't think they're ever going to get in, but imagine if they put Dillon in. There's going to be so much chaos. There's going to be so much. Yeah, there's going to be so much chaos if Dillon gets in. I'm just keeping it real. There'll be so much chaos.
Stenhouse also won back-to-back Xfinity titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but then again, think about the competition they had. Elliott Sadler? Sam Hornish?
Well, Sadler was pretty competitive in Xfinity when he went back after his tenure with RPM.
Hornish did too. Hornish was actually pretty solid in the 12 car when he went back to Xfinity after being in the Series bust.
If Austin Dillon had a couple more wins, he might be a consideration for the top 25 just off his low stats alone. But I think he's got like 5 Cup wins. I just don't see it.
Did you say top
25? Huh?
No. I thought you said 25 because if that's the case, there ain't no way.
Top 75. My bad. Top 75. You know what I'm saying.
And 25, that's a stretch. Top 25 Nationwide Series drivers.
Then something's wrong with the world.
There's Mike Joy with
Ricky Rudd. You know, Ricky Rudd should get in too. I know he didn't win a lot of races, but Ricky Rudd had an Ironman streak for most consecutive starts for a long time. Plus, Rudd also won a Brickyard 400. So.
Oh my goodness! Is that Larry McDonald's?
Guys, I got a question, and this might be a bit controversial, but would you consider the Brickyard 400 a crown jewel race and prestige if you win it? Yes. Okay, that's what I thought too, but some people don't.
I agree. I mean, the Brickyard, as much as people probably wouldn't want to admit it, considering how the racing has gone there on some occasions. The Brickyard is a very, very big crown jewel event if you think about it.
Well,
I mean,
not
you get to kiss
anymore.
the bricks.
Not anymore, but it was.
But yeah.
Yeah.
They took
Well,
away
I,
the
The
I
ribbon.
reason
think
why the main reason why is because there were so many fans complaining about how boring the racing was back in the last years of the Brickyard.
And now they want it back. I didn't think the racing was ever boring there. Personally, if you watch like the 2000s and 90s, like the 2000s and 90s Brickyards 400s were just goaded. Like it's just crazy,
Yeah.
the amount of people there. It did go downhill after 2008, but it really started getting downhill around like 2015 was when it really started getting bad. Like, bad attendance, people just not liking it anymore. And when NASCAR decided to change it to road course, a lot of the traditionalist fans were very upset about it. And then there's some fans like, oh, maybe we'll see something new. Which honestly, the new stuff you see now is a bunch of wrecks. So it's just people can't make up their minds. Like some fans don't know what they want either. So
Yeah.
you know,
I like the oval, and in my opinion, it don't matter if you're a stock car or Indy car. Anytime you win an Indy, it's big. So that's just all I gotta say about that.
In my honest opinion, with this kind of stuff, I forgot what I was gonna say.
as we see here, well, look at that. Rick Wilson's gone for the lead on Jeff Bodine.
And we just mentioned earlier about Morgan McClure Motorsports being very, very good at the super speedways back in the day.
And there's Davey Allison there trying to get a run on Bodine for second. Maybe Rick Wilson can lead a lap here. Oh, he's being hounded. There's Tim Richmond on the bottom, one of the bottom lanes. Daryl Waltrip. I don't know if that's Daryl Waltrip, but Daryl. Yeah, he is. Now you know what really
guys, I don't know.
Whoa, that was close. 3 wide. You know what really caused controversy?
What?
I don't know if he's ever been selected or not, but what if Matt Crafton got in to 75?
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad. Well, 3 truck titles is nothing to scoff at.
Well, I mean, if you kind of think about it, Matt Crafton could be considered a very, 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 very good Truck Series driver. I mean, when people think of the Truck Series nowadays, when it comes to the veterans, who are they going to think of? Crafton, Sauter, maybe a few others. Hornaday, Mike Skinner,
Ted Musgrave, guys like that.
Bob Bodine, all that. I mean, but when it comes to drivers that still race today, when it comes to the veterans, when it comes to veterans in the Truck Series, they're more than likely going to think of Crafton.
Yeah, and also too, Crafton's 2 of his 3 were back to back, 2013 and 14. He won the titles back to back, so keep that in mind too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he won 2019 championship with no wins.
Yeah, that was pretty sad to see a driver that wins the championship that doesn't win a race. Like that was pretty offsetting. I know that upset a lot of people. I remember that one yesterday.
Though, it's kind of cool to see the system be broken. It proves you can win the championship without winning a race.
Well, we almost got that with Daniel Hemrick in 2021 until he body slammed the poop out of Cindric.
Slammed him.
I almost said the word that I'm not allowed to say.
Well, I mean, you're allowed to say it, but it's just not like allowed on the stream. You know what I mean? Like keeping it family friendly here.
Yeah. Trying my best to keep the buddy mouth stuff down.
Keith needs a reset on his language. I think. No, not that bad. I'm just saying.
No, I agree with you on that because I tend to cuss like a sailor off camera.
It depends on the situation. If it's like it's mainly because if like something doesn't go your way, which kind of sounds like it's not a bad thing, but go. Maybe no, we have less than 60 to go because we last leaderboard update was like lap 110 or something.
Mm-hmm. Rick Wilson still leads with Jeff Bodine in second, and I believe Dale Earnhardt's in third.
Yep. I think that's no. I was wanting to say Sterling. Oh, brushed the wall.
Benny Parsons, I think.
Yep. No, I think it's the 4 car brushed the
Yeah.
wall.
That was Rick Wilson.
Rick Wilson.
You could see how much momentum that killed. He lost like 8 spots there.
Yeah, I think he's still dropping back. He might even lose some more here.
There's Jeff Bodine trying to use the high lane with Dale Earnhardt in the lead now. Earnhardt not winning a super speedway race is really cursed.
Yeah. Well, it does happen sometimes. Like, I think there was times where Earnhardt would be leading at Dega, and then he would sometimes, like, blow an engine, but it was very rare. Like, it didn't happen every time.
Yeah, Dale Earnhardt was really, really good at the super speedways in his career.
Yeah. 10 times at Talladega. That's probably a record that probably won't ever be beaten anytime soon. Unless Brad Keselowski figure out somehow to win the next 4 times at Dega, which probably won't happen. But
yeah, he's not gonna get to that.
No, I'm a Brad fan and I'm a realist. I know that's not gonna happen.
You know, I think
Brad
Keselowski did win the spring race last year, and I was
tempted
to pick him again this year because RP Racing is pretty solid at Daytona this year, but I just don't think Brad will win it. I want to see Brad win just because it's been a while for him, but I'm not a Brad fan by any means. But I'll definitely love to see him get back in victory lane again at some point, and to see the 6th car win again also.
Brad's horse teeth will get in the way.
Like, when was the last time the 6th car ever won a race? Like, it was like back in like 2011 with David Reagan or something. Or am I tripping?
Yeah, David Reagan was the last guy to win.
And that was at Daytona, I believe.
2011. Yeah. Look at this nice guy. Jeff Bodine flying back on the outside lane.
Try to pass Dale Earnhardt with Cale Yarborough and I can't tell who that is in fourth. Is that Davey Allison?
Oh, look! Hey, someone brushed the wall here. Something. Yep.
This is a replay of Rick Wilson hitting the wall.
Replay. And back to the race.
Good old Wick Wilson.
One driver that we've actually seen moved up some spots is Bobby Hilton Jr. He's now going 3 wide here, trying to take away 4th.
Yeah, it's starting to get racy behind the front 3 here.
Yeah, it's getting intense, and the more cars from the pack are moving up towards the leaders. Bobby Hilton just passed like 6 cars on that lap.
Hey, go Bobby Hilton. I believe Bobby Hilton only has 1 career win, if I remember correctly.
As we see, we got an interview here on the top right, AJ Foyt, who's had trouble earlier in the race and now must be out.
Must have had another engine issue or something like that.
I just realized I might be slow. We're already halfway through this race.
Oh yeah, we're done past halfway. We probably have like 60 to go, 60 or 50 to go.
Something like that, yeah. I feel like we should be getting a leaderboard update soon.
Bing bong.
Bong bing.
Bing bong. Why did Christian just say bing bong?
I don't know. I'm just used to saying it every once in a while. I don't know why.
That's fair.
Bing bong bong bing bing bong bong bong.
Hi, my name is Bong.
My name is Bing. First name Bing, last name Bong.
I don't even know what that was. My name is Dr. Bond.
Hey, I'm Bond. My name is James. My name's James.
Hey,
you didn't see that James Bond dyslexia meme? Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
No.
I'll send it to you guys. It's so funny.
It's 50 to go here. About 50 to go.
Hi, my name is Skippy Dinglechalk.
My name is John Cena.
Do,
Oh,
do,
wow,
do,
that was close.
do.
Bobby Hillin about hit Dale Earnhardt.
Going to commercial break. Oh, never mind.
Well, it's a raw satellite feed, Henry. They're not going to show the commercials.
Oh yeah, I know. I was like, they're going, but they're going to commercial break, but we still get no commercials. So
We got Tim Richmond and Jeff Bodine.
You notice how most the crowd is standing still? Like, they're not even sitting. Most of them are just standing.
oh yeah.
Do you think it's because the seats are too hot? Or do you think it's just the culture?
The butt sweats.
The what?
Butt sweat.
The butt sweats.
Oh,
But did they get like swamp butt or something?
Swamp.
I know
The
this is a little
Hawks.
off topic, but speaking of butts, what do you think about Natalie Decker going to OnlyFans?
Who fucking
I hope she
cares?
stays there and doesn't come back to NASCAR.
Bro.
Pardon my language.
Well, I think she
Oh,
definitely
Hollywood
will
shit.
make some more ARCA and truck starts, but I don't think she's going anywhere like other than that.
Bro, she's just gonna sell her feet pics on OnlyFans.
Oh, what?
Sell her feet pics.
She's gonna stick to posting the same content she posts on Instagram and then on OnlyFans, and then she's gonna do Twitch streams.
You know, for people that are buying her content, like why? Like why? You're going to see as much as you're going to see on Instagram. You're not going to see anything else on there.
I find it weird that Natalie Decker is kind of talks about how she doesn't use her body for attention on social media, but she posts stuff like that. Almost every other post is stuff like that.
Do you see that reel that I made that I posted on the Nasboys account?
Yeah.
Like literally, like contradiction.
Robot.
Whopper, Junior, Whopper, Bacon, Whopper.
Leaderboard update.
55 to go. 55 to go.
Tim Richmond, and I forgot who I don't know who was in fourth, and then Rick Wilson.
Kel Yarborough.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. He's totally not a great driver, you know. He's legendary.
Speaking of legendary, he would be a good person to put in the top 75 greatest drivers of all time in NASCAR.
Immediately, yes. As we see, Davey Allison's in front of Bobby again. Davey Allison's been running really well in this race in the number 12.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to move inside of Davey, but they're gonna get him back.
Now, Henry's radio sounds like a robot.
It sounds like he's about to do the electric slide.
Who's Harry King? Did Harry just throw something?
No, I was trying to do the thing with my legs. Sterling Marlin on pit road.
You know, he pitted early. He pitted first last time. So maybe, we're going to see green flag pit stops coming up shortly for the rest of the people.
What timestamp are y'all on right now?
2:31:55.
Sorry, my internet buffered there for a second, but we back now.
Is there any way you could check the Twitch stream, or is that not possible?
I can't check it right now.
Oh, you're fine. It's okay. I think we should be good. We've already done a couple of tests.
Yeah. Yeah, the times I checked, first 3 times I checked if the audio was great, so we're fine. They're starting to go back single file now.
Kelly Arboroni.
Well, you know what funny sponsor would be? What if Kelly Yarborough was sponsored by Marlboro?
Huh.
Marlboro Yarborough.
Marlboro Yarborough, heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
What if Kyle Busch was sponsored by Bush?
Yes.
You know, it'd be
What if
interesting.
What if Denny was sponsored? What if Denny Hamlin was sponsored by Denny's?
There's a slow car.
What if Denny Hamlin was sponsored by Pampers?
Actions detrimental, and he goes out and does some actions detrimental.
Actions detrimental, and he craps his pants. Bruh.
What if that was for Kyle Busch and it was actions detrimental and he poops out his M&Ms?
Actions detrimental, and Kurt Busch eats his tree teeth. That's a joke, by the way. But
actions detrimental and Clint Boyer drinks too much 5-hour energy.
No, too much beer actually, because he's an alcoholic. Not really, but he drinks.
I swear, Boyer. Every time Boyer's on the broadcast, he's buzzed a little bit. I swear.
He drinks too much, honestly.
Fair.
No, I mean, there's not real. I don't really see a major issue with it, but I mean, but at the same time, we have to admit Clint Boyer is very entertaining and very funny dude.
I
will say this. My bad.
No, you're good. Go ahead. I was going to say something.
Okay. All right. I have a kind of unpopular opinion. I don't really like. I like Boyer as kind of like a Michael Waltrip character. I really don't like him in the booth that much.
Okay, I got one. Actions detrimental. NASCAR cameraman shows elderly women.
Oh, hey, yo, golly, man.
Said again.
That's worse than showing kids.
Wait, how?
Actually.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
I mean, both are bad, but
actions detrimental, and Keelan Harvick jumps in the puddle when Kevin Harvick tells him not to.
No, actions detrimental. Tony Stewart drives a sprint car.
Actions detrimental, and Denny Hamlin takes a very sus pick with a hot dog.
No, actions detrimental. Denny Hamlin starts posting like people nude on his story like he did in 2020. You remember that?
Imagine if Denny had an OnlyFans.
I just thought of a great one. Actions detrimental, and Denny Hamlin takes a picture of Brad Keselowski's Hawaiian Rounds.
Actions
imagine if
detrimental.
Denny had an
Hamlin does a YouTube stream live after post race of entering porta potties that people are in.
Well, to be fair, Brad didn't lock the stall, and that's number one when you go into Porta John. So.
Actions detrimental. Henry actually shows up for a Stock Car Classics event outside of Rockingham.
Okay, listen, my schedule is very tight, and I live very far away, so do not judge me, okay?
Meanwhile, I'm over here. I'm over here in the butt crack middle of East Texas.
Oh, I got another one. Actions detrimental. Rico doesn't make a joke about Dalton.
Fair.
Actions detrimental, and there's a race where there's no horny.
Bruh. Actions detrimental. And Tiger Woods actually wins a golf match.
Actions detrimental, and Denny Hamlin actually wins a championship.
And Martin actually wins one too.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Actions detrimental, and actions detrimental, and Carl Edwards fails his backflip.
Actions detrimental. NASCAR reinstates Cody Ware.
Oh no, he ain't seeing the light of day ever again if he gets convicted.
Nah.
If he gets arrested again, he's done.
Actions that there's so many ones we're saying that are just outrageous. Actions detrimental. Ricky Rudd wins the Daytona 500.
That's fair.
Action detrimental. Tony Stewart doesn't choke away Daytona 500. Daytona 500 one.
Action's detrimental, and Dale Senior lives.
Actions detrimental. Kyle Busch doesn't run in the Xfinity Truck Series anymore. Good news. But
Action's detrimental, and Kevin Harvick's hairline goes away by 40 degrees.
Action's detrimental. Ross Chastain does not bump into somebody during a race.
I'm a Chastain fan, and I agree with that, honestly.
Same.
Action's detrimental. Ross Chastain finds another rule to break.
Action's detrimental.
Action's detrimental, and Ross Chastain held melon something else.
Yeah. Action's detrimental, and Kevin Hart absolutely takes everyone out, even though they haven't wronged him.
Action's detrimental, and Brad Keselowski's teeth don't get in the way while he's drinking water.
Action's detrimental. NASCAR actually listens to their fans and takes Bristol dirt off the schedule in 2024.
Okay, listen. Unpopular opinion. I like Bristol dirt as long as it's not the only dirt race on the schedule. But if it's the only dirt race, then there's no point in running it.
But put the truck series at Auto Speedway Park. That's not gonna work.
Yes.
Put them back in Knoxville.
No, that's not gonna. That track would not work. That track is way too small for 32 trucks.
You know, I think the Cup Series could work at Knoxville. It should, because it's big enough. You know what I mean?
I posted that on my story. I posted my Dream 2024 Cup schedule, and I actually wanted Knoxville for the Cup Series. Maybe Eldora too, honestly.
But going back to the race, Bill Elliott's a little bit off the pace, I think.
Yeah, it does look like he might be off the pace with some mechanical issue. As we're coming to like 40 to go here. We're seeing a lot of cars dropping out lately, and we saw close racing, but now it's really Dale and Jeff way ahead of everyone else.
Oh, that was a popular thing in the 90s.
Well, these two beefed in the late 80s and early 90s.
Yeah, that was back before that was before Jeff Gordon's time. Shoot, Jeff Gordon was 15 at the time when this was going on.
Oh, I thought of another actions detrimental. Keith actually wins an NSCS race.
He did win one like last year, I think, or 2 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago.
Yeah, dang.
I haven't done anything since then.
Hey, top 10s recently though, but okay.
Yeah. Didn't you finish second in the last race? You finished second in the last race.
110.
Yeah, but I just haven't been in contention for wins as of lately.
As we see here, Ash's detrimental. Henry doesn't lose his mind after wrecking in an NFCS race.
Okay, well, to be fair, it's inconsistent wrecking. Okay, never mind. You're not wrong. But I mean, honestly, though,
action's detrimental, and Henry doesn't lose his mind after reverse Talladega.
Oh, for real?
Oh gosh, don't give me PTSD because I was not in that moment there. Okay.
It was not his brightest moment.
That was not my brightest moment.
As we can see here, I think they're showing like positions like 4 through 8 here, maybe. Yeah, it's just so strung out now. You don't even know where everyone is on the leaderboard. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, they give updates. They give leaderboard updates every 35 minutes.
Draft.
Oh, looks like Bodine and Earnhardt have pulled away. 66 has got a problem.
Now, Henry, did you say that you're going to go to Martinsville later on this year? Is there any other races you're thinking about going to?
Possibly, I've been looking at maybe going to. I've tried to go to the All Star race, but obviously, it's $200 per ticket, so that's a big no. But I think the truck race for the All Star, it's close enough. I probably might. I'm thinking about going, but Martinsville's the only one on my list right now. There might be more later, but Martinsville's the only one. I didn't want to go to the spring one because I'm kind of busy around this time of year. This is my senior year in high school and things, but I'm excited for the fall one because the fall Martinsville always puts on good race, especially when it's elimination race.
As for me, me and my dad might be trying to go to Texas Motor Speedway later on this season, but we don't know. We
It'll
went
be
to
a
Phoenix
wreck
last
fest,
year for
Keith.
the Cup race.
If you want to see wreck fest, go to it.
I mean, I know no one really likes Texas that much. The main reason why we go is the experience of being at the track is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I was thinking, well, I am going to. I know for sure that I'm going to the Wilkesboro weekend. I already got my package for that. I paid for it and everything in the park, and it was ridiculous how much money it cost. But yeah, I'm planning on going to that. I'm probably gonna be going to Darlington too, and the 600. So that's like 3 straight weeks that I'm going to a race. And then after that, I don't know what other races I'm going to. I'm hoping Talladega and I'm hoping Paul Martinsville, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Can you come to Texas and see?
Come to Texas. That's such a long drive. I don't know if I can do that or my.
Yeah,
I don't know how that would go.
I'm just kidding.
I'd have to get a whole flight out there, honestly. As we see the pit stops here. Yeah. We're on the green flag pit stops, and if the race goes green the rest of the way, these could be very crucial in impacting how the end of the race goes, who's going to win.
This is the longest green flag run we've had, I believe. I mean, we haven't had a caution.
Yeah. Earnhardt only got 2 tires. I think Bodine did too, but they rushed Earnhardt out faster than Bodine.
Yeah.
I think Rick Wilson's in the lead, but he's about to pit. So is Bobby Hillin Jr. and Bobby Allison and Ricky Rudd. They're coming in. I think these guys were now in the lead, but now they're going to have to pit. A caution here would be detrimental to a lot of people, or devastating for a lot of drivers if a caution came out here.
Oh, that's Childress again.
Do y'all think that there's gonna be another caution before the end of the race? Oh, we got Waltrip.
Probably. Oh, the 11's in the grass.
He hasn't had a good race at all.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, I think there'll be another yellow.
That's perfect timing, Christian. Do you think we're gonna get another caution? Cuts to Darrell Waltrip in the grass.
Yeah. Perfect timing.
He spun out on pit road, I think. He got Rick Wilson coming out.
No, it was before Rick Wilson. Oh,
yeah.
He hit him.
Yeah.
Dang, he spun him out.
Yeah, that happens. Everyone had to jump out of the way.
That was a 2022 Fall Martin. That was a 2022 Fall Homestead moment there.
Oh, yeah, Larson Truex. Yeah.
Cope's going to come to pit, and they're showing the overhang. Okay. Now they're showing the
the paint is a Truex fan will never enter this street.
Actually, Truex Jr. wins on the Super Speedway.
Oh, we got a car stopped.
Oh boy,
There's
that car lost
another
a
car
tire.
sliding.
I think they lost a tire.
That'll be a caution.
That's a red car. I'm not sure who that could be.
Caution's out.
Yeah, that's a changing point. As I mentioned just minutes ago, if not less, would there be no caution and we got Earnhardt on the bottom of the track? He was in the lead.
Blowing up.
Wow. He just dies laughing seeing Earnhardt's failure.
No, I'm laughing at the the fact that Henry was saying earlier that Dale Earnhardt's blowing up on super speedways is just rare.
I mean, I know it's happened before, but I did. Dang.
Didn't expect it to this week.
Oh,
boy. Pit box.
Bro did a pro gamer move trying to get into the pit stall.
He pulled a 2019 Brad Keselowski at Talladega pit stop.
2019 horse.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go behind the wall. It looks like they're pushed from back there. If not, yeah.
Dang. He could have won this race, honestly. That's a shame.
His jeans were wrinkled. Dang.
Well, we did.
Did he hit the wall? He didn't even hit the wall.
Well, we do know he won the championship we do know he won the championship in '86 and '87.
And then he missed, and then he won championships in 90 and 91, and then 1992 was an embarrassing.
None of us picked Earnhardt, right? None of us picked Earnhardt.
Right.
I thought one of y'all did. I thought someone did.
I picked Allison.
I picked Kulwicki.
He picked Kulwicki to win?
Yeah, I was originally going to go with Davey Allison, but I forgot he wasn't. I said Kulwicki on accident.
Well, Kulwicki's first win was the '88 Phoenix race.
well, there you go. And Darrell's on pit road.
DW, he was just in a little bit ago. Now he's coming back in for a fuel top off. I think they're just putting fuel in so he can make it the rest of the way.
Yeah, like one less thing, they could just change the tire if they have to.
We're a little bit less than an hour left in this broadcast.
Yep, we got about 54 minutes, and Bill Elliott has a problem.
Oh no! He got blocked by Darrell.
I don't think the rest of the race is gonna last that long. There's probably gonna be extended post race.
Probably. And that's Ricky Rudd in the 15 on pit road. No, it says Rusty Wallace, but it's Ricky Rudd.
Yeah, that's a mess up.
Big
like how they spelled.
Hey,
how they spelled Sterling Marlin's Sterling.
I've seen where I've seen someone put Brain Brown instead of Brian Brown on a broadcast one time, and I was like, "Are you serious?"
I remember a few people have called Trevor Bain Trevor Brain before.
Michael Maroots does.
Michael Maroots is pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, he makes some pretty funny content. I don't watch his videos as much as I used to, just because I've been busy. But you know, back in like 2019, 2020, 2021, I used to watch his videos a lot.
I love watching his.
Yeah, I like his shorts are really good. They're pretty good.
I like his 2011 Eliminator racing things.
I like when he just gets mad for no reason and literally screams at like McDouche or something.
Yeah. And Jimmy, but you know.
Jimmy. I love Michael Maroots' outro. Goodbye.
You know, one of my favorite, like I wouldn't say he's a NASCAR YouTuber, but one of my favorite, like, gaming YouTubers is Soundhead Entertainment. He does some really good Wreckfest videos. I really like his videos because he does different years and next-gen car. You know, he does next-gen cars. He does, like, 80s mods and also a bunch of cool videos. And, yeah, some of his videos are pretty funny, too. He'll rage every once in a while if he's about to win and then he gets wiped out by a lap car. It's pretty funny. Another extended caution period. This is a lap car here trying to get his lap back. I can't tell who it is at the moment. Oh, side by side. Being and banging. It's Harry Gant. And Gant gets turned. Gant got turned.
Oh no. There goes Harry Gant. Oh, the more power land.
Jeff Bodine.
Yeah, it looked like
Man, that was a big crash.
Bobby Hillin Jr. hit somebody, and there we go. We got some
Yeah,
carnage.
I think he turned Harry Gann. The lap car turned Harry Gann, it looked like.
Harry. I think they made contact and it caused Gant's car to go sideways and he just couldn't save it unless there was contact in the back. Well, this changes everything. Christian earlier. Do you guys think there's going to be another caution? Not even 10 minutes later.
Yeah, for real though. Let's see if we get a replay, but it looked like Bobby Hillin Jr. was trying to push Gant by the lap car, and he just got him loose off the exit of the corner, and then he wrecked. Poor Skull Bandit car. He was doing so good. He came back from some of his issues earlier.
Yeah, tough end.
I'm not sure what Skull is. Is it some sort of like cigarette brand or something like that?
Tobacco, I think, but
Oh, okay.
let's see here. He's pushing up. You see there's Davey Allison behind Bobby. Yeah, it looked like someone was smoking. Yeah, and then Gant just gets hooked here at the wrong place at the wrong time. He comes down, hits the lap car.
Is that the...
No, he hits Phil Parsons, I think. Yeah, Phil Parsons.
Yeah, I think.
There's Bobby Hill in the head.
Yeah. And then Darren Walter piles in, it looks like. And then Jeff O'Dine gets a piece too.
Yeah, Jeff O'Dine was running really well.
It really sucks for Jeff O'Dine. Jeff O'Dine was running really, really strong in this race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think he might not be done. He's got a lot of damage, but I don't think he's done. I mean, he's probably not going to win, but I don't think.
Well, I mean, his winning hopes are done, but
but he still like might be able to salvage something. Then again, in the 1990 500, I believe, which was the Dover race, Dale Earnhardt blew an engine early. He still managed to finish the race later on. As apparently Dale Earnhardt actually worked on his own engine himself for several hours before going back out on track.
Yeah, there's DC Allison just staying on the outside the whole time there almost. Back green there, as we saw about 5 wide racing. Nice back there. Looks like Davey Allison is up front at 12. Then Bobby Hillin Jr. side by side with someone for second.
I think it's a lap car, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, as we see, big run here by Hillin Jr., and he's going to be followed along with Ron Bouchard there, and Phil Parsons are following him. Ron Bouchard hasn't been up front the entire race until now.
Bouchard are you talking about the 47?
Yes.
No, that's Shepard.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Shepard. I forgot Shepard was in that car that year.
Yeah, he was in there for I believe like one or 2 years, and then he moved over to another team.
Yeah, thanks for correcting me on that. Yeah, thanks for letting me know on that, because I'm so used to seeing Bouchard in the 47.
I don't fault you for it. I mean, Bouchard was in the 47 for a long time in his career, so I don't really fault you for that.
For real. I just now realized something. So remember how I had salad earlier? Somehow I got salad dressing on one of my camera grips.
Oh my gosh!
And I don't know how.
Are you eating salad with your hands?
No.
Are you sticking your face in the salad?
I kind of was earlier.
Christian salad fingers.
Here's handsome Harry.
Keith just laughing and wheezing.
Oh, we got another wreck.
We got another wreck. Right when he wheezes, we get 2 cars around. We got a tire fell off.
That wasn't intentional. I'm sorry.
Let's see who these drivers were.
It was a white car. I know that for sure. I'm not sure who it could be.
Can't tell at the moment.
They're gonna show us a replay for sure.
Yeah, Hillin Jr. and Phil Parsons are 1-2. This is where he had to race back to the caution back in the day.
Yeah. Trying to think who the cars were.
That's the 77.
77.
Ken Reagan.
Yeah, you're right.
Ken Reagan and what's the other car?
David Gilland. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, bro, that's like 30, 40 years down the line.
Another car. I'm not sure.
I see it too. I think that might be Jimmy Means, maybe.
Is it a 2 or is it a 52?
I think it's 52.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if it was Jimmy Means.
Fair.
No offense to him.
Looks like they're trying to push the car back on the track.
I
think it might be stuck.
I think it's either Jimmy Means or maybe it might be Rodney Combs. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
Ken Reagan's
Yeah,
Let's see what happened.
Really slow replay.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's contact there.
Yeah, it just hooked him right around.
Looks like it was just a stack up.
Yeah. Probably missed a gear or something and then just piled into him and spun them all 4 of them out.
But yeah, it's Rodney Combs in the 2. That was the other car that was involved.
Alright, let's see if I hear the 3:20:38 for the next restart. Or 3:20:34, either one.
Hold on, I'm almost at 3:20:34.
I'm ready.
Alright, we're all at 3:20:34.
Yes, sir.
Alright, let's get back going in 3, 2, 1.
Bobby Hillin with the lead with the lap car, I believe, on the inside.
Proceeds to crunch the camera. I'm just kidding. As we see 3 wide here up front. Looks like a car's trying to get his lap back. That's Kyle Petty. And wow, great racing here. Bobby Allison to the lead on the inside. Nice move. And Tim Richmond's right behind him with help. Oh, that was a close call there. Kyle Petty about came down on Ricky Rudd.
Richie Petty.
Richie Weeks. No, I don't know.
Richie C. Richard Childress, Richie C.
No, they actually had. There was actually a Richie Petty.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He didn't really do much, unfortunately.
People. Bobby Allison's going for the sweep here in '86 at Dega. Can he get it done? We'll find out.
I personally don't. I don't see it personally. I don't. Don't get me wrong, Bobby's a great driver, but I feel like he's not going to be able to get it done. There's still plenty of time left.
I'll be shocked if I actually get him. I picked him and I get it right. I'll be kind of surprised, honestly. At Talladega, of all places, too.
Well, I feel kind of. Not gonna lie, I feel kind of dumb for picking Kawicki, considering his first one was in 1988.
I just picked one of the Allisons, mainly the fact that Allisons are always good at Talladega, usually. They're good at Daytona, but Talladega is usually like where the Allisons are really good. I mean, the Alabama gangs.
Oh, that was close. And so you see Tim Richmond now getting underneath Allison.
Hey-o.
12 laps to go.
12 to go.
Man, this race has flown by. You know, the race seems long, but when you're watching it eventually flies by. And you'll feel like, oh, it feels like just minutes ago when we started the video.
Oh, yeah. I've been really getting into this race, though. I mean, this race has been really good so far.
Definitely right now, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. I wouldn't say it's the best one I've seen, but, you know, for 80s Talladega, this is a really good race.
Yeah, I'm getting into it.
The best part of... Okay, can someone stop me from singing that song again?
That video is rent free in your head.
best part of waking up is Bobby Allison on your back bumper.
The best part of waking up is Miller in your cup.
The best part of waking up is not having Dale Earnhardt right on your butt. You know what I mean? Like on your tail during the race.
That's fair. That's fair. I bet everyone cheered whenever Earnhardt blew up because they're like, yes, we can win Talladega.
Three wide here. It looks like Davey Allison, Ruttman, and Phil Parsons.
Philly P.
10
laps
to
to
go.
go.
Get down. Oh man! Right
Is
now, it
is
looks
that
like
Hill-
the
It looks
strongest.
like that's Hill in third.
The strongest cars right now to me looks like Richmond, Allison, and Hillen, but we're Rick Wilson was really strong earlier. I don't know if he can catch back up, but these three are kind of pulling away as Hillen Jr. takes
No.
second from Bobby.
I think he might be able to go for the lead here if he keeps up. If he's able to pass. If he's able to pass Richmond like he did with Allison there, he just passed him effortlessly.
The key is getting a run and then dart into either side. Slingshot like right here. He's
as he
peeking
does
underneath.
right now. As he does right now. How about that? Bobby Hill back to the lead at Talladega.
There he goes. And there's Ricky Rudd now on the inside lane. And whoa, Allison got loose
Where did Ricky
there.
Rudd come from?
You can see how
Allison,
hard
look at
Allison's
him take the
fighting the
line.
wheel. Oh boy. 3
Oh, look
wide.
at this big three wide.
That was a great move.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was.
And now Allison to second, I believe, and now he's trying to run down Bobby Hillen.
Hey, you see he's fast.
Junior has 9 laps to do it.
Yeah, all the people in the stands and everywhere are standing up now to see
My
if
car
anything
right
else.
here, though, my car might affect things right here.
The two Miller cars are 1-2.
Mm-hmm. Allison's close enough to get a slingshot. I think he might get him coming to the line on this next lap.
I don't know. You have to be expert at blocking here.
They're going to come, I believe.
Oh, he
stole his run. He stole his run.
Well, here comes Richmond.
A crossover.
Here comes Richmond. Trying to get to Bobby. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to get there.
Bobby still keeps second.
Ricky Rudd.
Oh, man, Richmond squeezes. I think that's I can't tell who that is. Richmond squeezed the fourth place car in the wall.
It was Ricky Rudd.
To break his momentum. Davey Allison's going for fifth in the 12th car.
I just don't think that Allison's close enough to make something happen. He's going to need some help.
8 laps to go, boys.
You see the one car Sterling Marlin's back up there now in the top 5. Whoa, look at this. This is getting intense.
Man, they're dicing all over the place.
Richmond and Rudd are battling for third there. Seven laps to go.
Coming to 7 this time. Allison's closing in. He's got to run this time, but I don't know if he's got enough to get past the Bobby Hillen car. He's peeking. He's looking to the inside.
Single file for the top 6 cars.
Yeah.
Hillis continues to try to break that momentum between him and Allison, and it looks like it worked that time.
Oh, but Allison's in trouble.
Allison looked like he had fluid on his windshield, but Rudd's now going for second.
Yep, Yeah, that's Rudd. Yep. I thought it was Richmond for a second. No, you're right. Richmond's fourth. There's Richmond beside Allison.
Richmond Rudd.
Richmond Rudd.
Ricky Rudd.
Ricky Richmond. Alright, yeah, 5 to go. Man.
Still trying to break up momentum.
Helen Jr. knows what he's doing right now. He's able to block the
Yeah.
runs, and him being up front is actually an advantage here for him.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
If he keeps it up. They put Kenny Wallace in the 15 again. My goodness. I still
Yeah,
giving
I've
up on
seen
that.
that.
I think if Bobby Hillin continues doing this, he could probably win this thing. Actually.
Yeah, but I'll be interested to see if anyone forms up and if they start to get 2 and 3 wide in lines.
Perfect time.
Bobby
Perfect
Hill might be
timing.
in trouble.
That was a
Perfect
great
timing.
move.
Here he
goes.
3 wide there.
I think that's Sterling Marlin that made that move there. Now Bobby Allison's actually lost some spots. He's trying to get him back.
Yeah, these lines are getting organized. Bobby Hillin's gonna have to block now.
This keeps
They seem to
yawning
be
in the
getting close,
background.
but yeah, sorry. It's almost midnight here in Texas, so I apologize. Bobby Hillin's still trying to break that run.
I might be sleep deprived right now, but this is one of the funnest things I've ever done. Like I genuinely enjoyed this race with y'all.
Yeah, man, race reactions are always fun to do with with my friends, and I know a lot of people like watching them as well. We got 3 to go.
3 laps to go here in Talladega. Orange rain.
How Ricky Rudd almost cut right down into somebody. That's Tim Richmond.
Whiskey.
Richmond's closed on Hillin a little bit. He's the closest he's ever been.
I don't think he has anything for him. He has to develop a great run out of 4 if he's going to be able to pass him.
For real, though.
Yeah.
He went low.
Trying to continue to break that momentum.
Well, here Richmond's closing, getting closer. It's on his bumper.
Should be 2 to go right now.
Yeah, 2 to go. 2 laps to go here.
Bobby Allison's got to run on the bottom, and we got a lap car.
Lap car.
Whoa, that's close.
Going to break the momentum once again with Hillin.
Yeah, this is going to be close finish, it seems.
I honestly think Hillin has got this in the bag. It just seems like no one can get enough of a run to get by him.
Yeah, and he's been able to consistently break up that draft between him and the second place car. So I think Hillin's got it. I think Hillin's got it unless something crazy happens, like white flag.
All right, 3 wide. It's gonna get crazy.
Oh wait, 3rd actually.
Richmond's getting closer.
Bobby
we got a spinner.
Allison got turned. That was a big hit.
Are they gonna race back?
The race is gonna end. Bobby Hillin, I think, has won.
Man, Rick Wilson got torn up in that too. He was running really well. Joe Ruttman was in
Wait,
that.
no, they got to race. They're gonna race back to the flag.
Yeah, they have to. And it looks like
racing back to the yellow.
So
Richmond's gonna get a run.
Hillin, Rudd, and Richmond, I think, are these 3.
He's gonna have a chance. I don't know.
Richmond darts low.
No, you can't.
No, Bobby Hillin, I think, is gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yep, Bobby Hillin's gonna win.
Bobby Hillin wins at Talladega.
His first and only career Cup win.
The only thing I remember about for this race is the interview. Hey, you gotta think about that was a safe race.
A safe race. We saw some wrecks there. I don't know about safe, but anyways.
That's what Bobby Hillin said actually in his interview.
Yes, we got
some people were watching from a car.
Yeah, it's Bobby Allison. So what would y'all rate this race 1 out of 10?
There was a lot of fun Talladega racing. A few crashes, but nothing too crazy. A lot of great racing, especially for 80s Talladega standards. Overall, 9 out of 10.
All right, I give it a good 9.5 out of 10. They had a little bit of everything. Had some wrecks. It had some great racing. Even with the lap cars, made things interesting. But like I said, for 80s Talladega, this was good. This is probably some of the best racing I've ever seen. From any era of NASCAR, really. At least at a restrictor plate, anyway. Plate track, but it was a really good race. I really enjoyed it.
Gotcha. As we see here, there's a replay of the wrecks. Um, Personally, me, I'd give it a 8.1. I've seen some better 80s races, but at Talladega, but I think this one was definitely really exciting. Definitely was fun to watch. Did y'all have any drivers that impressed you the most?
Bobby
Hillin. Yeah.
I
Gotcha.
mean, no one really thinks about when it comes to super speedway races. I don't think really many people, if anyone, really thought of Bobby Hillin winning this race.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And Phil Parsons is really strong in this race as well. But we're going to take a look real quick at the race results. I'm going to pull them up for y'all so we can look up stats.
By Junior Johnson.
Yep. So Davey Allison ended up finishing seventh. Murray Shepard finished sixth. Benny Parsons fourth. Richmond second. Rudd third. Sir Martin fourth. Some other notables I want to mention. Jim Sauter. We didn't see or hear much from him. He was on a 75 car. He ended up finishing 12th. Michael Waltrip started 34th, finished 14th. Jimmy Mean started 39th, finished 15th. Ronnie Thomas started 36th, finished 16th. A lot of cars DNF'd. Let me see how many cars did not DNF. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Only 15 of the 40 cars did finish the race, which is pretty crazy. Dale Earnhardt finished 26th. He had an engine issue. Buddy Baker went out with overheating. We were wondering what happened with Kawicki. He had a clutch problem. Schrader had an engine issue. Bill Elliott, who was the pole sitter, had a valve issue, and Bill Elliott was on the pole with a speed of 209 miles per hour. We had 49 lead changes, which is pretty crazy. Average speed of 151 miles per hour, which is 50 miles per hour off of the pole speed because of all the wrecks. But yeah, that was very interesting. And if you look on Racing Reference, you see all the different leaders. It's absolutely crazy how many different drivers were leading in this race. But that's all I really got to say. Do y'all have anything else y'all want to add before I close out the video?
Bobby Allison got 10th, even though he got crashed. That's kind of crazy, and things. But yeah, it was a really, really good race. Yeah, thank y'all for watching. And I'm gonna go to bed now. It's getting late, and yeah, I'm gonna go catch some of these.
Yeah, overall, really, really fun race. A really, really fun race reaction. A very, very fun stream that we had to do. Very, very great time. I had a blast doing this, and hope to be on some of these more often. And remember, subscribe to C Will on Twitch and on YouTube, or I'll find you and I will hunt you down.
Well, thank y'all for joining. Obviously, it was a fun stream, and hopefully, hopefully this will perform well. I really enjoyed doing this with y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. For everyone that tuned in, thank y'all so much. Everyone that watched the end, y'all are the real OGs. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe on the road to 1K. Make sure to also go check out Henry and Key's social medias. They are in the description below. And until next time, we are out. Peace.